Hey, man, is that Double D? Yeah, man. Well, turn it up, man.
Let's just go in and, like, kill all the orcs, right? They're the bad guys, who gives a shit? We just hack and slash and we loot their dead bodies, right? Hack and slash, kill them all, you know, conquer the infidels.
Boy, that campaign sounds like a barrel of fun, doesn't it?
Mazes and monsters is a far-out game.
Somebody who's opening a refrigerator and leaning in, right, is the language of a woman. Somebody who's opening their refrigerator and being cut off halfway through that lean is the voice of like a mermaid or a siren, right?
Orcs are just like evil elves, right? And they were like made by like an evil god.
Honestly, guys like me can't leave soon enough.
You called down the thunder, well, now you got it.
We want this dwarf to be the dwarfiest dwarf.
Right.
We want the elf to be the elfiest elf.
And just the dashiest dash of Tabasco.
Their voices need to carry across water.
I'm a creative. It's a huge drain, right? Because fans can be awful.
You're not in Transylvania anymore, Crystal. We don't talk vampire.
When you say white lives matter, they don't. White lives don't matter because white lives aren't a thing.
I disagree. I disagree, Gary.
Lutherville, Marina Del X, Otisburg. Otisburg?
Who's this monster? She's got her own place.
Otisburg?
It's a little bitty place.
Otisburg?
Okay, I just wipe it off. That's all. It's a little town.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
Great sandwich.
That you, Missy?
I hate Pinkertons.
Everybody doing? Who do we have here? Oh, what do I see over in the corner? What is that over there? Is that
Will fail. He's everywhere. I'll make mincemeat out of you, mouse.
this mouse? No siree, not this mouse.
This mouse.
Oh, and look who just came in.
Yeah.
That's you, my friend.
It is good to be here.
Yes, indeed.
Charlotte wants to know what's the one on the end.
The one on the end?
Yeah, what was that movie?
Oh, at the end of the intro is
maybe don't say.
Yeah, oh, there we go. Yeah. Why don't you
Chad, if you can help out.
Help out our girl Charlotte. What is the Pinkerton? What movie is that from?
Double D, check your mic, says Panther.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. I always do this voice mod. And it never seems to work. Let me just go straight. I bet you that'll be better.
Panther, is that better?
How's that? Let's go back here. Put the spotlight where it belongs.
Hey, Double D, I saw your new one about Cobalt Press.
Yes.
Next time you pull a stunt like that and go on location to the kitchen, you're taking us on vacation somewhere.
Oh, nice. Nice. Keep talking, man, Crazy Mouse. Carry the show for a second.
Yeah, because he went on location up to the kitchen, and we're trying to go on a road trip here. So Double D's got to run that by us next time.
Keep going. I'll be
right back. All right, we got some technical difficulties.
Gonna scoot out.
I think he's going out and coming back in. Rogan, how are you today?
Good. Very entertaining day. And you?
I'm doing good. It was a long day today, but everything's good, and now we're here. We had a JV soccer game tonight.
All right.
And We had to borrow players from the other team because we didn't have enough.
You're wondering, does that count as a win?
Yeah, and I said out loud from the parents, like, I wonder if this counts as a win or a forfeit, or was it just a scrimmage? Well, we won. We did, with half of their players from the other team played on our team. So, whatever. But the kids had fun in the rain playing around.
That's a good lesson in sportsmanship.
It was.
You've been alleged to sabotage the mic, so you can take over.
Okay, well, Double D's going out for a food run right now. This is definitely the first Mouse in the House podcast.
What was that? I like Moe's.
I like Moe's.
Muted still. What the heck?
We have to play. She has to play both junior varsity and varsity because there's not enough kids on the varsity team either. So junior varsity team wins. Their varsity team gets crushed every week because they're playing a bunch of 6th graders against 7th and 8th graders. And at that age, that's a big difference.
Yeah, it is.
So
surprisingly so.
Yeah. Oh well.
Keep talking. I'm gonna call.
Okay. Another on location. He's gonna go out to the car, everybody. There was a video on Cobalt Press, if anybody checked that out. Dropped yesterday, and he really is calling an audible. He's out of here. He left.
Dude, where'd you go?
I'm out. He's in Mrs. Double D's laundry room. Eric, who is echoing? We're going to get Double D set back up. Eric says Double D's mic is jacked. Sounds like the background mic is picking you up.
Check 1, 2.
I hear you, Double D. I hear the check. Double D's going to do the podcast from the bathroom. You might have to. Double D was echoing. Okay.
It's great acoustics.
That's right. All right, you little ginks. Is that any better? It's a completely different microphone. Welcome to the Crazymouse show.
Eric, thank you for helping us out with all that stuff. That was much appreciated. Mouse and Rogan's mics are fine.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, I got no instructions from KG tonight to not talk about her on the show.
Let's discuss, shall we?
Yeah. All right. So let's hold on one second here. Are you really the star of the show?
Am I
Crazy
the star of
Mouse?
the show?
Yeah, we need to
the
rectify
star
that.
of
All
the show.
right. Come on now. Not yet. Until you kill me and usurp my throne.
No plans to do that. No plans whatsoever.
Yep. All right.
You take what you kill.
We are going to go with it here. I'm going to. This is something I saw on Twitter, and I want to see what you guys think of it.
Bring it.
Wired garbage site.
I saw Die One advertised. Have you seen that before?
Die One?
Yeah, I guess it's designed so that it'll always come up on the same side. But this guy made a Die One all the way through a Die 10. It was on the YouTubes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what do we all think, chat, about the gaming table? Chat and my boys here. What do we all think about the game table as therapy? Neurodivergent gamers are getting a seat at the tabletop. I think somebody linked this. This was going around today on Twitter.
Let's discuss what kind of therapy, I guess.
Let's see what the article says from Wired, which used to be a fairly decent magazine, I think, and now is full of weirdos.
The tabletop gaming community offers a place for communication and togetherness that can be incredibly rare in modern culture. It's a privilege that nerds have gotten better at sharing in recent years, particularly with those who need community most. Dr. Elizabeth Kilmer is a clinical psychologist, oh boy, there we go, who uses tabletop role-playing games in therapy, and she herself was diagnosed with ADHD. I don't think you're neurodivergent if you're ADHD. I'm sorry. You're a bit of a spaz, right?
I don't believe in ADHD.
I mean,
I just I agree with you.
I believe in it. I think ADHD probably gives a lot of people a lot of creativity, but it does come with a price. I mean, you can't focus sometimes. You're all over. Your brain's like buzzing. I mean, if you sat me down, I've never been diagnosed. I mean, I'm probably a little bit ADHD, but you think I'm going to drug myself up so I can just, sit there and be a zombie? All right, so ADHD is not being neurodivergent, I don't think. I'm sorry. Not in my book. Narrative and metaphor have been used in therapy, healing, and educational practices for a long time, she explains. You can see examples in folk tales, parables, and other oral traditions. TTRPGs can be a powerful tool because they're so interactive. And they allow us to be vulnerable through our character while protecting ourselves. But what a lot of these weirdos and sparkle trolls do is they have to protect their character nowadays too, right?
Right.
Like I don't want my character to die, so that's not going to happen.
Oh, hang on a second. I got this in my back pocket here.
It's a little card with one letter on it.
Not dead.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, that does not happen. At the role-playing table, we can pretend to be braver than we feel in real life, agrees Jacob Wood, founder of the Accessible Games blog, and a longtime blind TTRPG player and GM. Through fantasy, I learned to be comfortable talking to groups of other people, even if I didn't know them very well. All right, well, that makes sense. Still behind about us. Understanding the problem. As experts who've brought tabletop gaming to disabled and neurodiverse people for years, and part of the community themselves, people like Wood and Kilmer have created accommodations for people who haven't always been able to participate. And these accommodations are great, but then they start getting applied everywhere. Then these accommodations end up becoming the norm. And then if you're just looking for hey, I just want to play a good game of D&D, where can I find one?
Right.
You have to jump through all these hoops. And you're like, wow, why are we going through all this? Somebody, one of my, I can't remember which one it was, one of my, pretty good fans, he's like, I can't find a good group. He's like, they're all crazy. He's like, I've tried. And
he was in one of our chats. He was on a live stream before.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's not alone.
Is it because there's just so many labels? Everyone's got a label.
Oh yeah.
If you're a heart, just I can't even get the words out properly. There's labels for frickin' everything anymore. To be honest, I don't even know what neurodivergent is, and I've heard that word so many times the last year or so. It's ridiculous.
It's a badge to identify crazy people on Twitter. They call themselves neurodivergent, then you go, oh yeah, this guy's a lunatic or this girl's a lunatic.
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head right there. Twitter is the virus.
Yeah, it's probably a necessary evil right now, just because everything else is so crazy. But it is you find the worst people in the world on Twitter, bar none. All right, let's continue, shall we? From this Wired article on neurodivergent gamers, getting a seat at your tabletop table. Communication is hard, Kilmer reminds us. Passive and indirect communication strategies can be particularly challenging for neurodivergent individuals. And it isn't great I guess we're neurotypicals here. I guess that's the name for normal people. This can contribute to the stigma that autistic and ADHD players shouldn't or can't play TTRPGs. Issue 11, highlighting the expectation for masking behaviors, the imitation of a neurotypical. Good Lord, come on. Masking can range from the avoidance of stimming, hiding over-interest, or otherwise denying one's discomfort, all of which can frustrate neurotypical people who may have no frame of reference for such behaviors. Fun, right? This is all fun.
It's goblins.
What are we talking about here?
You know, it's
if you had an ADHD player at your table back in the day, you just look at him and say, "Dude, calm down."
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Stop drinking so much, Mountain Dew.
Yeah, dude, you're shut off.
I'm gonna slap you seriously if you don't shut the fuck up.
What I've been hearing so far, I'll be honestly, I don't know what trade magazine it was, and I want to say, gosh, late 90s, early 2000s, like Wizards magazine or something like that. I honestly don't remember what magazine it was, but there was an article written by two people, and they said the exact same thing, except they didn't use neurodivergent. They didn't use any all the the dog whistles and stuff like that. It was just saying, hey, we bring groups of people together.
Mm-hmm.
Some people that would normally be a cellar dweller or this or that.
Yeah.
Talking about card games and
misfits.
RPG. Yeah,
misfits.
Absolutely, the misfits and the nerds and stuff like that. The marginalized that were always had the ball thrown at them in dodgeball when they were in high school and stuff like that. And honestly, it's kind of the same article.
Yeah, but it's been updated to appeal to, more lack of a better word, like victim culture, I guess. Back then, it was. Back then, there wasn't all this peripheral stuff around these folks, so it's just like, oh yeah, you're different or whatever, but you didn't get any cachet from it, A lot different now. All right. It also means people on the spectrum and other maskers are hiding who they are because they aren't treating the table as a safe place, nor an opportunity for self-expression, which defeats the very purpose of coming together to create a space to play a game. At worst, it can accomplish the opposite by turning what ought to be a safe space to unwind into a socially draining one. Oh my God. It's like, I just want to get together and roll dice. Like, I couldn't imagine having to go through this just to play. I mean, it makes us realize how blessed we are, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Personally, I lean towards 2-hour play sessions. I design a character that allows me to lean into tendencies that can work well. And I have to manage my day-to-day life, fantastical or otherwise. And I make sure to have a session 0. There you go. Ground 0. Session 0 with other players where we talk about our hopes and expectations and your no-go zones, and you get to humble brag about all of your mental illnesses. I also have something to fidget with if needed. Remember when they used to just kind of fidget with their wang under the table? Oh. Dude, why are you groping yourself? Stop it. I try to plan games for a time where I'm able to stay focused. Session 0s, like the sort Kilmer insists upon having, have grown as a quality of life improvement for all players concerned about synergizing playstyle and bringing fantasy to life. That sounds like a corporate release, doesn't it? Session 0s, like the sort Kilmer insists upon, have grown as a quality of life improvement for all players concerned about synergizing playstyle.
Is this a mission statement?
It sounds like it.
Hold on, everybody.
Yeah.
Mark says it doesn't sound like your mic is on Double D. Is anybody else having trouble hearing Double D?
I'm going to keep going. I have my game up, so the mic is here.
So
well, you guys discuss a little bit.
It says that everything. Mark was the only person that said that. So it sounds like everything's okay.
All right, Mark, turn up your volume, maybe.
It does sound different than usual, says.
Oh, it's because I'm using a different mic because the other one was jacked. Apparently.
Dude,
I'm just going to turn the
cock on it or what?
I'm going to turn the I got this gain up to quite a bit. I could just yell into the microphone. I'm like peaking when I look at the meter. So
Bill says it sounds good for a minute, but it's muffled again.
Jesus Christ!
Now it sounds good now. It does sound different. Sounds different because he's on a different mic.
Yeah.
Mark says he's an old man. It could just be him.
Well, thanks.
Dude,
let's do a quick little roll call. We got.
Go ahead.
Mark, Cal, James, Tora, Nick, Panther. What up, Panther? Charlotte. Eric's been helping us out. Emery, Bill, Brian, the bunker, Joe Rogan.
What? Is he?
Neil Tyson DeGrasse. Welcome, everybody.
He stole that name from me.
Malachi, there you are. I was wondering. I knew I saw you. Katie did.
Katie's here. Oh, my Lord.
If I missed an RPG, is any of your mods here, Double D? Have you seen any of those guys?
Don't believe so.
No, we're running uncensored tonight.
Go wild.
And not work safe. Send those pictures.
Hey, Mark. Happy birthday. And at 50, dude, you're not too old. Straight up.
I love that Panther math that we got going on.
Okay. Can anybody hear me? I don't know why it's so difficult tonight.
It's been raining where we live for the last 4 days. Maybe that has something to do with it. I have no freaking clue.
Alignment of the planets.
Blame it on the rain.
Milli Vanilli wrote a song about that.
Right.
Someone else sang it.
Or did they really write it, though?
I wouldn't say.
They made a commercial after that about Double Mint Gum about, and Milli Vanilli was in that. And one guy died.
Yes. Yeah.
It was Rob and Fab, and I don't know which one. One of them killed themselves over the depression, over all that stuff.
I get it.
I think it was
Fab.
I think it was Fab, if I'm not mistaken.
Part of the great rock and roll scam.
I always remember they got exposed. Everyone kind of knew what was going on. But
You're
the
right.
night that their album skipped on
Girl, you know it. Anybody under the age of 40 is like, what the fuck are these old guys talking about?
Hey, we were there, man. We were there at the beginning. I remember when MTV broke out of its egg.
I remember when MTV played videos.
Yeah.
Eric's in Michigan, and he's got the same rain front. Day 5 of rain. Hello, neighbor. What part of the mitten are you on in Michigan?
All right. Went back to the original. I don't know.
I hear you just fine.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm ready.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Maybe these guys can't. We'll just have to cut it short if that's the case, or I'll just leave it to you guys. I'll go upstairs and
get us some food.
Yeah.
Nick says it's better.
Yeah. While the cultural issue can feel insurmountable, crafty thinking can unlock tabletop gaming piece by piece. I used to run D&D for blind folks. The game was not at all accessible for that back then.
That part's not up for us.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's right.
Don't worry about it. Just keep going. Makes it look like you're riffing.
That's right.
Like it's,
Man, this guy's good. He's really good.
he memorized this stuff.
I got to remember that little trick now.
Yeah. DM James.
James, how you doing, buddy? With simple additions like a commercially available tactile character sheet. Oh, this is for blind people, which is fine. Assistive dice. I guess they have Braille dice. That's cool. We've worked with disability consultants and have introduced assistive devices in Pathfinder, Lost Omens, Grand Bazaar, and elsewhere, said Aaron Shanks. This is Pathfinder people, Starfinder people, Paizo people. Our Starfinder iconic precog, Ciravel, uses a chair. And I guess that's a wheelchair or a hover chair or something. Our Pathfinder iconic inventor, Droven, has a prosthetic arm. Can you imagine them like realizing these people like, oh, he looks great now. What can we take off of him?
Yeah.
His ability to walk. Let's chop his arm off. Let's give him hemorrhoids. Jeez. An evolving discourse. I don't know, guys. If you want to make your table, hi Katie, how you doing, sweetie? Katie is always in my comments. She's rarely here for live streams, so it's great to see you.
Welcome.
You and Charlotte are bringing the girl power. I guess, but I don't.
We just need 3 more to be a group of Spice Girls.
Yeah. You two figure out which spice you are.
Or just invent your own. One of them can be something else. Coarse salt. Fresh ground pepper.
I guess my final thought is, in chat, let me know what you guys think, and then Crazymouse will put it up. But if you want to do your own therapy, that's your business. But this has like kind of seeped into the culture at large. And I think it's sort of expected now that like, oh, every table should have a ADHD player or just, a batshit crazy person. And then everybody there is like sort of beholden to them. I don't think that's right.
When you were first talking about therapy, I thought of it from a different point of view. I thought of like, you're getting therapy by playing your character. That's what I thought. Like
it's like self-therapy.
Like,
but nobody else.
We've seen it at our table with a player I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
And when he was down in the dumps, trust me, his role playing freaking suffered.
Yeah. It does. Yeah, it is kind of weird how you can kind of tell people's stage. If they're going through a tough time in life, it does sort of sometimes
it seeps in. Absolutely,
a little bit. And look, maybe just because we've been with each other for so long, we can kind of sense it. We're very attuned to each other. But maybe
I agree with that because of and not just that, we've been friends with him for 20 some years.
Yeah.
And trust me, when Double D's daughter had to point it out, that's how bad it was.
Yes, but
and
all is well. Happy to report.
That was 3 years ago.
Yeah, that was definitely a couple years back. So yeah, but yeah, you can tell like
it bleeds in. That's when you were talking about therapy. That's actually what I was thinking of. Is like I'm vicariously living my life through my character.
What these guys are talking about is almost like a strange flexing of your mental illness. It's like you should almost like be proud of it. Exactly, Bleecker. Yep, it's just a break. And there is a societal sort of compact, that you're. I always thought you're kind of beholden to. Don't act like a spaz at the table. Don't be a creep. But now it's almost like they're saying, well, hey, they're neurodivergent.
Blah blah blah.
Sort of work around them. Just hey, instead of you doing something. That triggers them, just don't do that as a DM.
So you can join a game and spaz out, and everybody else playing with you is held hostage.
Well, yeah, I mean that's more or less it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like you're letting the the inmates run the asylum, as they used to say.
Panther, that's well put.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you know where you see it, guys, is you see it a lot, like in places like Twitter and Facebook and on social media, where people are out and proud about announcing that they're autistic. And I guess I had always grown up, and I understand there's levels. Autistic to me was always like Rain Man, like Dustin Hoffman in Rain Man. Someone who can't, interact with society almost at all. Like what if you sat him down to a role playing table, he would have no idea. I think now it's just, well, I'm autistic. Let me flex about it. It's just a way of them saying I'm an asshole. Plain and simple.
Anyone who self-diagnoses themselves, I'm sorry to say, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
I'm not sorry to say.
If you can brag about being autistic, you're just an asshole. Okay? Because like a true autistic person, I mean, and like I said, I understand there's levels. But good Lord, if you're that functioning where you can brag about it on social media, and all that, then I wouldn't even say anything. I mean, in that respect, is everybody a little autistic?
Are we all?
Yeah. Oh boy. Let's see what Mark has to say. Professor Dungeon Master did a whole video about a vegan in a game. And this person was upset anytime the party hunted and killed something. Yeah, exactly. That's what we're talking about here.
Jiminy Christmas.
Yep. It's like
if the game ends up being something like that, just encourage that person to play Farmville and just walk the fuck away.
It's so depressing too. Exactly. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Look, without getting too political, these people are fine with abortion up to like 9 months. Ask them how they feel if somebody did that to a puppy. Oh my God, you're doing it to a dog? Let me burn you alive. You're doing it to a human baby. Who cares? That's sort of the mindset of a lot of these folks. There's our fearless moderator, Cal Vanoni. And here is my friend Shark. How you doing, buddy? Most of these people claiming to be mentally ill are just the weak sheep that Darwin hasn't taken care of yet. In earlier times, these people would be devoured. Absolutely true, my friend. Great to see you, Shark. You are in shark-infested waters. You remember Shark, don't you, Rogan?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Just talking.
True statement. Yep. True statement.
Oh, yeah. The good old days from way back, yeah. So we got 40 people here. I think we've agreed that the gaming table, in general, is no place for therapy. If you have your own thing going on, at your house, like, hey, we need to get so and so back up to speed. Let's try to help them out. Fine, do so, but just remember, you're probably not a licensed therapist. But we all, yeah, exactly. But what we're all saying is, don't make this the standard. Don't make this something that everybody has to think about. Because if everybody has to think about it, it's just going to bring it out of these people. Oh, I guess I am a little autistic, right? Yeah. They will like me if I say I'm autistic. they will cater to me.
And it excuses all the shitty things I want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I can run wild. All right. I think it's time we're talking about mental illness here, right?
We're no experts.
We're no experts, but I know someone who is an expert.
Don't leave us hanging. Who you got?
How about this guy?
Wait, would that be the Dasher?
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
All right, so let's listen, shall we?
Panther says it's hot sauce time.
Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're gonna.
Hold on one sec.
Is that the same? Is that the same CVS?
There's that same cigarette burn.
We got to put a little hot sauce on the taco. You know what I mean?
Isn't it right, guys?
We got to put a little hot sauce on the taco. You know what I mean?
Like hot sauce on the taco.
One more time.
We got to put a little hot sauce on the taco. You know what I mean?
What's this guy's name?
Scott Garibay.
Scott Garibay. Would you please message us? We'd love to have you on the show.
We know we would. Yeah.
5 minutes with this guy. I just want to know. Like, do you dash? He's a
I'll try to find that out.
Yeah.
Maybe. All right.
Dude eats a Taco Bell. He doesn't know what hot sauce is.
All right, here we go.
Talk about how I have taken an actionable step I have taken to stop playing Dungeons and Dragons and to begin journeying with Dungeons and Dragons. What do I mean by
Ooh, that is profound.
You said a journey with Dungeons and Dragons?
He's journeying. That's what I thought I heard him say.
Wait, is he going to be dressing up and going into those in the wells, like your mom, my aunt, all used to say?
by that? I mean, you abandon the idea of having fun at a table. That's not the point of Dungeons and Dragons in my own.
I always thought it was.
Yeah,
What do you think he thinks is the purpose?
Yeah, I can't even put my finger on it. I just can't figure out crazy.
All right, well, let's see.
You abandon the idea that Dungeons and Dragons is about cutting goblins in half. And
I'm
you
just happy
acknowledge
he's
that
actually in the daytime. Side note, that's the same McDonald's in the background.
Yes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. Good cat. All right.
Dragons is about cutting goblins in half. And you acknowledge that Dungeons and Dragons is powerful, unique, and useful. And you, as a dungeon master, absolutely never allow a single session to go by where a single player at your table has not been fundamentally changed as a person.
Oh, jeez Louise.
What the hell?
Oh my gosh.
Fundamentally changed as a person. I thought he was going to say, like, you don't let a session go by without involving a player. You know, at least, having him make a few dice rolls. Okay, yeah, that I can, I can understand.
Yeah,
now I got to change you guys as people. And you're supposed to change them every session. So they just every session they get changed.
Fundamentally changed.
For the better. It is about it is exactly what Joe Manganiello said. Using Dungeons and Dragons to transform your own life and the culture around you. Right? Stop playing Dungeons and Dragons and start journeying with Dungeons and Dragons. It's a different level of experience, and it is a determined effort to use Dungeons and Dragons to make yourself a better person and make every single person who ever sits at your table a better person. And it has nothing to do with fun. It has nothing to do with friendship. It has nothing to do with frivolity.
Is he in a game at the Y? Where does he play?
I don't know.
Prison.
It has nothing to do with fun. It has nothing to do with frivolity. This cat is out there, man.
So at the end of the game, we fill out this little form. Have you been changed? Do you feel better? And if you say no, you're not in the game anymore. I'm sorry, the journey.
The journey, yeah. Yeah, I'm up. It is a serious business at Shea Garibay. I don't know. It's just this guy is seriously out there.
And it is something that must be pursued and mastered, right? On Dragon Magazine, Gary Gygax made sure that it said, "Mastering the dungeon and beyond."
They were just trying to figure out a nice catchphrase.
Yeah, he probably meant like in the wilderness too, and the towns and Tortuga. You'd think some social retard 40 years later was going to think like, yeah, you need to go on a spiritual journey like Pardue.
Right, like
this guy's on a
not
vision
just
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons, in my humble opinion, was meant from day one to day now by Gary Gygax.
Day one to day now.
To make us better human beings.
Check your calendar for that.
I'm talking about
Where's day now?
Where's day now?
That you have most likely ever experienced at a table, right? And it's just a different level of dedication, different goals, right? So, what actionable steps have I taken to do this? I'm going to tell you the next one. I have DM'd robustly, right? Now you're like,
what do you think that means? I have DM'd robustly.
Well, I think it has to do with a whole lot of fake leather and buckles.
That's a pronouncement.
Yeah.
I have DM'd robustly. He's going to say, I want that on my tombstone.
Surly's in the house. He's been cooking and burning dinner.
Uh-oh. Hopefully we have not been the cause of that,
Yeah,
Surly.
No. It's okay. If you're burning, that means you're cooking. You'll get it right.
That's right. Practice, practice, practice.
wait, you're just saying Dungeon Master? Yeah. So let's get into it. So I'm very sad. I'm going to tell you something sad right now. Get ready. Here we go. You cannot journey with Dungeons and Dragons without Dungeon Mastery.
What's the sad part?
Yeah.
Also, fairly obvious.
I think I'm starting to feel ripped off here, Double D. Are you robust as you DM us? I think we need to have you fill out a survey.
Oh boy, this guy is.
And I would love to tell you that there are players who are as dedicated as the best. There are meaningful, useful, powerful Dungeons and Dragons players in the world. There are not. Okay, I'm coming up on 4,000 videos. I actually have surpassed. I've done more than 4,000 videos on Dungeons and Dragons alone over 8 years. I'm a dungeon master. You point me to a single person on the internet who's done 4,000 videos that is dedicating to playing Dungeons and Dragons.
That's not dedicated to Dungeons and Dragons. That's a fucking illness.
I was gonna say, like, you show me somebody who's collected over 1 million popsicle sticks.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you got it. All right. If you'll excuse me, off to the funny farm. Wow, 4,000 videos for scale. I can't remember. I'm still in the 100s.
Better step it up.
Holy smokes! I have to do.
Looks like you're calling off work tomorrow.
That's right. Yeah, my car's about ready to get a workout.
This guy, this Garraway guy, he needs to start his own DMs boot camp.
Somewhere in that 4,000, he probably already has.
It doesn't exist. The Uber player, the Dungeons and Dragons Uber player, does not exist. Okay. In order to understand Dungeons and Dragons, in order to powerfully use Dungeons and Dragons, you have to be a dungeon master. Okay. Now,
so you guys are shit if you don't DM, I guess.
I guess so.
How does that make you feel, Crazy Mouse?
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
That's right. So as Mama D says, straighten up and fly right and start to DM.
I don't come to the game for the fun or the camaraderie. I come for the therapy.
That's right. Boy, this guy really does need therapy. Not at the table though.
We're talking actionable, right? At what frequency?
What's on his hat? What are those?
I thought it was, and I'm probably wrong. I thought it was like Dale Earnhardt Jr. thing or the Intimidator, but I thought those were his colors, black and red.
Chat.
I honestly don't know.
Lifeline. Who wants to be a millionaire?
Yeah, I didn't know if that was.
Get our lifeline. Lifeline call to the chat. What do these represent? What are they? I'm gonna get a mental image. 3, 2, 1.
Right. Well, the optimum frequency for dungeon mastering is once a week. If you are doing it perfectly, you are dungeon mastering once a week, and no more than that. Right. You should not be dungeon mastering more than once a week. It's too much, and I'm very convinced that if.
Wow. How you doing? Unscripted and Unchained RPG review. How are you doing, my friend? He DM'd so robustly. This table of players abandoned him twice inside 4 months.
Bill says he has done a video about his hat.
Oh, it's Tuskegee. Okay. All right.
What is that?
Those were the black flyers during World War II,
Okay.
I believe.
So nothing to do with NASCAR.
No, it's just probably just a virtue signal for he's like, I'm going to put on my Tuskegee hat. But that's good to know, though. Yeah. Yeah, and of course he did a video on it.
Stop cracking me up, Charlie. You just made me crack up.
If you start doing that and you are producing more than one session per week, you're not paying attention to your players, and you don't have the power to improve yourself or them. The frequency's too high. What is the minimum annually? You must dungeon master a session each year, without question. If you ever spend a year where you haven't dungeon mastered,
kill yourself. Seppuku.
You got to go back to Mandalore and bathe in the pools of Mandalore, because you've lost your badge. You're no longer a dungeon master.
Mandalore, is that from the Mandalorian?
Yes.
Baby Yoda?
Baby Yoda and shit.
He's mixing campaigns here.
Yeah, you're mixing your metaphors here.
This isn't the way.
Oh, hey,
Rogan with the zinger.
If my soundboard worked, I would give you the applause there.
Then once a year.
Panther.
365 days standard.
Throw that up there.
I gotta see. Maybe.
And no more frequently than once a week. No more frequently than once a week.
He's a cream of wheat eater.
Why is this? And also, if you've only ever played, if you have only ever been a player, and if you ever only plan to be a player, you will never understand Dungeons & Dragons. I'm sorry to tell you that. I'm sorry that I don't consider players and dungeon masters equal. They are not. Okay.
He's getting. It's like a mean streak in this video, isn't there? I mean, I thought it was going to be like all airy and flighty and like, yeah, this is how D&D can help you. And he's drawing a line like, hey, players.
It's coming from deep.
Yes. He does not like players.
No, he does not.
He's been hurt. And I think Unscripted and Unchained.
You know why?
And Bloodworth. Yeah.
You know why? He's a shitty DM.
Well, yeah. That's probably why he gets his groups abandon him.
This guy is bringing the hot sauce today.
Hot sauce on the taco. Let's see how far he goes down this path. This is Scott. Don't do that. I feel like Padme. When she was like trying to. Don't do this, Anakin. You're not. This isn't you. Don't do this, Scott. They said you killed They said you killed players, Scott.
Those those orphan bones in your crawl space. Those are my players' bones.
Yes.
You cannot understand Dungeons and Dragons without Dungeon Mastering. This is different. I know people will come up in the comments and say that, but I challenge you. I challenge you. Point me to.
I challenge you to deliver that fucking order for
Really
McDonald's.
loves
That's what I'm
Dungeons and
challenging you
Dragons,
to do.
has done something truly significant and committed to it, who has not Dungeon Master. They don't exist.
He still hasn't fixed that bullet hole or cigarette burn in his back seat.
That ain't happening.
Yeah. I wonder what he's driving here. It's a sedan of some kind, but I wonder what the style is.
And I watched for it. I watched for it for years, thinking that there would be this secondary, not even a secondary, but a parallel discipline to Dungeons and Dragons. I'm convinced you cannot understand Dungeons and Dragons without Dungeon Mastering. So now that we know that you have to Dungeon Dragons.
Now that we know, because I said it.
I just love how like fact just comes out of his mouth, and that's where it's just there. Boom! It's cement. It's carved in stone. You know, and I like is one of his catchphrases of the last videos I've seen, and this one is like, "I challenge you." You know who says that? I challenge you while they're driving around the car, talking to themselves to the phone. Who said it? A fool? You know, who's going to challenge you? You know what? Like, come on, man.
Journey with Dungeons and Dragons. What does it mean?
Yeah. That's well taken, Rogan. Yeah.
To Dungeon Master robustly means that it is transformative. Once you commit to Dungeon Mastering robustly and to never again in the entirety of your human life allowing a single player to walk away from your table with something as useless, mindless.
He's getting mean. Useless, mindless.
There's scorn in there.
Yeah, he's proud that he's like, oh, I'm a Christian, so I don't get, I just pray for people. You can tell he's one of these Christians that is, he does it so he doesn't like go on a killing spree, probably. just an opinion, not a fact. But look at the gritted teeth there.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about a game where you're supposed to just sit around a table and, just roll dice and have fun.
Right.
And look at the reaction it's engendering in him. I mean, we were talking about people literally trying to ruin the game, with like their therapy and all the other stuff we talk about here. We do it through, I would say, mirth, laughter, whimsy, even.
That one session song.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of singing that.
Yeah, a lot of singing.
Yeah.
We do a lot of singing.
Rogan, you got a fan.
Oh, shucks. Thank you.
A fan.
Done.
Rogan's done. You've been touched by an angel there.
Right.
Don's an OG. All right. Let's see what he says.
And valueless as fun, right? And get this, listen carefully.
Gosh.
Count it all joy, brothers and sisters of the icosahedron. Okay.
Well,
get into Jim Morrison territory.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think I quite heard what he said properly.
Isocohedron? Here, let me go back a little.
And get this, listen carefully. Count it all joy, brothers and sisters of the icosahedron. Okay.
Must be a native Indian.
Literally.
I think that's the dice or something. I don't know. ISO. What's the ISO? What kind of dice is that?
The one-sided.
It's the one-sided. It's the Garibay sided.
Every time I roll, I get a critical.
He's got a magic 8-ball, and all it says is "you're a loser."
Rogan, you're on fire tonight. You brought your A game.
No,
Throwing 7 different kinds of smoke.
That's right.
Hundreds of D&D commentators who have said for years, and I think it's starting to go away. If everybody's having fun, you're doing it right, and I castigate them.
Castigate or castrate?
You joined the Word of the Month Club.
Oh my Lord. What is going on?
This guy right here, honestly, he's a cornucopia of malfunction and entertainment.
Whoa, hold on. Let's stop this show real quick. Stop the show.
Stop the press.
Will T is listening in South Korea.
South Korea, how you doing?
Rock and roll.
Just want to say I love the content you guys are posting. You're killing it and fighting the good fight. Hard to catch each of your live show in South Korea. I'll watch it tonight. Thank you so much.
We really
Will.
appreciate
We
that.
do.
That's a huge compliment.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, that you would turn around your schedule just
That's
for
awesome.
us. Hope you guys are enjoying the live plays. We're fully committed to it now. We've like I said, we've pretty much got most of the technical issues done. So hop along for the ride for our little 20 years and running with these guys. Probably over 28 years now in total. Little birthright campaign. You can see the fun. I always try to put a little stinger now in the front.
Gavin and Mrs. Double D are the longest tenured players.
Mrs. D wants to go on camera too. She's like, I can go on camera, so I may switch it around so you guys can maybe see Mrs. D. I know you probably caught glimpses of her, but she's like, well, maybe
she's been in one of your videos. She was in a Die 8.
Yeah, but not on camera.
No, she was not on camera.
So she's like, maybe having a woman in your video will help. I'm like, well, okay.
Well, she's an OG.
That's right. She's an OG, the Grand Dam. So maybe you guys will see Mrs. D very soon here. We are off this Friday, though.
So we got a lot going on.
So there'll be a 1 week delay.
We got Stern is out of town. We usually one of our house rules, and it's always kind of been there. It's if 2 people can't make it, we usually call off. And Stern is out, and I'm out. I have a father-daughter dance.
Father-daughter dance.
Yep.
That's awesome.
That is.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I will try to amuse myself. It's Friday night. I don't know what to do with myself if we're not
watch a ball game.
There you go. There you go. Watch a Garibay video.
I say you're wrong. I repeat.
I castigate you. The power of Garibay compels you.
Someone just brought up Star Wars in 77. I sent out a text to our group.
Yeah.
And I wanted to explain it properly. When we are farther away from the Phantom Menace than when the Phantom Menace came out from Star Wars.
From Return of the Jedi, yeah. Or from the regular Star Wars, regular Star Wars. Wow.
That's crazy. When I heard that, it blew my mind. I was like, holy cow. So we are farther away from the Phantom Menace than when the Phantom Menace was from the original Star Wars.
Wow.
Yeah.
We think now about like, we sit here, talk and watch, movies, from like the 80s. You realize, some of these movies are 40 years old. Well, back in the 80s, if you had watched a movie 40 years, you're talking like 1940s, like middle of World War II.
Well, we were talking about that. Like we're just as far away as from the 80s as the 80s was from World War II.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's a truck.
It is. And it's somewhat deceptive because culture is kind of caught up. In other words, you can watch something from the 80s and it can still be somewhat modern. You know what I mean? Whereas, if you're watching stuff from the 40s, it's at the dawn of, when movie made, when they were still finding their way. So, obviously they had a very, for the most part, had a certain style back then.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably not an apples, to apples.
Plus some of those, not just that, but think about this. Some of the actors that we saw in the 80s, we're still seeing now.
Yeah, for sure.
actor when we were watching movies in the 80s, we weren't those movie stars from the 40s weren't in the movies in the 80s.
Exactly. They all died of lung cancer because they smoke like chimneys. All right, let's see what Scotty has to bring it home, Scott. What are you getting at here?
I rebuke you for your foolish advice.
Did he say pew pew?
He said he rebuked.
Oh, I thought pew pew just got a shout out.
He rebuked.
One of our neighbors.
Anyone who tells you that about Dungeons and Dragons is a fool. Okay? Here's why.
Do you like the way he lingered on that? He's a fool. He thinks he's being profound while he's getting Mr. Phillips his Chick-fil-A.
Their greatest achievement is valueless. It is nothing compared to what can actually be accomplished with Dungeons and Dragons. We can learn, grow, change, transform, and improve with Dungeons and Dragons. And if your highest goal is to get
What the hell just happened there?
Holy cow!
Guess we got another clip. Remind me, I'll clip that.
Who cares? Thank you.
Yeah, let's watch that again.
Accomplished with Dungeons and Dragons. We can learn, grow, change, transform, and improve with Dungeons and Dragons. And if your highest goal is to get
Oh my god!
I'm of a mind makes a mookie. What the hell?
Charlotte, I'm with you. I think he just did have a little attack right there.
It's one of his personalities trying to burst out.
Back.
Who cares? Thank you. Next. Right? Like, and that's my point, right? Other dungeon masters' greatest goal is to have everybody at the table have fun and change no one, including themselves. It is repugnant. It is.
He's not saying it's like maybe try to do better. It's like he's literally saying like you disgust me.
Yeah.
You having fun around that table? You're disgusting.
Get out!
Get out!
Holy cow!
Into the crawl space for you. It's surrounded by orphan bones.
High Priest Garabay says, "Be gone!" This is insanity. And I did not preview this one either. I think I looked at the first. I didn't want to do another dark one because we did a dark one last time. So I literally just said
dark as in
like nighttime. Yeah, like nighttime. Yeah. So I just like, all right. And then he made that opening line, which was kind of a hook, and I'm like, okay, yep, I'll do this. So I have not seen this. I'm seeing it for the first time here too. He is crazy.
He is. He's batshit.
Yeah.
It is frankly intellectually, emotionally, and spiritually dangerous.
Now it's dangerous.
Yeah.
It went from disgusting to dangerous.
You know what his favorite song is? Eric Carmen's song, "All by Myself."
Oh, yeah. So there's that singing again.
He's a god unto himself. He really is.
Eric Carmen sang one of the songs from Dirty Dancing, a movie that I was in.
Desiccated by these types of dungeon masters and these types of games will desiccate you. They will draw out your intellectuality. They will draw out your emotionalism. They will draw out your spirituality, your spiritual.
We never did find out what city this guy's in or what part of the country, did we?
I don't think so. It looks like the north to me, somewhere in the north, I guess. I don't have any desire.
How old is this video that we're watching?
This is new.
This is a new one.
Oh, it's a new one, yeah.
So maybe the South, Double D.
But I've seen him driving around the trees or a bear.
Okay.
So he's somewhere up there.
He's
or maybe
he's short sleeping it tonight.
Dawn says he's in Philly.
Oh wow.
Was he a Philly guy?
Not only that, someone else backed that up. Bill said he's Philly.
Okay. Well, maybe he's I don't I don't want to like
hey, Raven. Well, man, we're getting bombarded. All right, we get it.
He's in Philly.
He's in Philly, Pennsylvania.
Philly.
We got it.
He's a fellow Pennsylvanian. He's a fellow Quaker.
Wonder if Stern knows him.
Oh yes, Stern's going to be in
Philly.
his neck of the woods. Wow. We'll have to tell him.
Hats off to the chat. I asked that question and 4 people and 5 comments all peppered it right back. I love it.
If Gavin was here, he would just be going on. Of course, he's from Philly. Philly sucks.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Gavin he loves a few things, the NFL, but he hates
everything else.
Everything else, but especially Sandra Bullock and Philadelphia.
Yeah, those are 2 things that they're no-go zones for Gavin. Yeah, that's why
America's sweetheart.
America's sweetheart, yeah. Burn them all. Having fun, is it?
Burn them all. That's
burn them all. Absolutely, Sharky.
That's Stern's freaking go-to line when we're playing a game.
It's kind of
need to do
ironic.
something. Yeah, that is. Burn them all.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, Stern was the leader of the group at one point, and he didn't realize it, but he essentially went Palpatine and said, wipe them out.
So we did. And then the next week, he was shocked that we followed his orders.
Yeah.
You guys thought I was serious?
I didn't say that.
I didn't mean that. Yeah.
Like, all right, we did what you told us to do.
Yeah,
I didn't mean to do that.
A bunch of charred bodies over there. So sorry, Stern.
It was a bunch of Vikings, wasn't it?
They're like Eskimo people,
Yeah.
kind of sort of in a longhouse, and those are the Viking giants, ice giants.
Yeah, we did. We burned them all.
Yeah, he threw the fireball first, right?
He hit somebody. No, it was a magic missile to the back, which started it. He actually threw the first. He went freaking Han Solo, and he shot first
to the back.
Yeah, to the back. So we finished it.
Yeah, when
you had to, right?
When we all left, your character, my character,
we
turned
circled
around,
back,
Rogan the doors,
circled back, and burned them all. We also thought, for the record, that when he said it to us kind of privately, not to the group.
Right.
Like, you two, I need you two to go back and burn them all.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. So we, that theme would come up often.
Yes, and that meme of Elmo in front of that fire, we throw that out every once in a while too. And then we said at the table, because like a week or 2 later, he said it again as a plan, and I made eye contact with Rogan. Rogan and I sit across from each other at the table, and I said, Stern, I think you say that a lot more than you think.
Yeah. Better start checking yourself, Stern.
And you know what they'll do with it? They'll just consume it like the hot sauce on the taco.
I wish I could pat myself on the back and say I planned that.
Give that a 10-second reroute.
What time spot is that right there? Someone's got to play the number.
7:27.
Hit 10 seconds back.
Yeah, I'll go back.
Here we go.
All right, here we go.
Out your emotionalism. They will draw out your spirituality, your spiritual nature.
Spit it out there, Scott.
Nature. And you know what they'll do with it? They'll just consume it like the hot sauce on the taco.
It's 7:20, 7:25.
7:25.
Hot sauce on the taco. Everybody's pumped up. Guys, I wish I could say I planned it. I honestly didn't.
That would have been a perfect drinking game.
It must be his thing.
Drinking bingo. We ought to play that one night. In one of his videos.
Yeah.
We should.
Every time he passes a CVS or a McDonald's.
Like that. Like we have a bingo. We have 3 separate bingo charts of shit that he does in his videos. Me, you, and Rogan.
Yeah.
And we click them off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. I'm for it.
Hot sauce on the taco.
We'll do a little research. We'll watch some of his backlog, and then we'll see if we can't get a functional card.
Castigate.
Yeah, every time he says, yeah. What the fuck? Hot sauce on the tie. Well done, Scott. Well done.
This guy doesn't disappoint.
No, he doesn't.
Escape it. Escape it.
It's serious. Escape it. Escape it.
Go over to JD. If you're doing it, she said it. She said it. Men, if you're just having fun, you're doing it right. I tell you, she is desiccating you.
Is he talking about Jenny? Our dear Jenny?
I don't know, but Rogan just got an X on his.
Let's see if he calls out Ginny here.
Assume it like the hot sauce on the taco. That they enjoy making you less. Escape it. Escape it. Right. Go over to JD. If you're doing it, she said it. She said it. Men, if you're just having fun, you're doing it right.
Did he call her JD or Ginny D?
He said Ginny D.
Yeah.
He kind of mumbled it, but he's definitely talking about Ginny.
She is desiccating you. She is drawing out your intellectuality, your intellectuality, your emotion.
Your intellectuosity. Or
I like this was going in the book. The intellectuality.
Intellectuosity. Intellectuosity.
He's
This goes in,
Jacob Jones just piped in with he's driving Miss crazy.
Well done, Jacob. Well done. You're earning your stripes, sir. Damn. I'm just a little amazed he called it because Ginny's a pretty much a D&D. She's not like she's a bit of a sellout.
There's the spelling for you, Rogan. I popped it up
Yeah,
there
there
for
you
you.
go.
Where's it at?
It's on your screen.
On screen.
I'm just gonna.
It's just surprising because Ginny's. I don't even go in too hard on Ginny. I mean, I think she's kind of a lightweight and basically a cosplayer. You know, who basically just started playing in relative terms recently. But I wouldn't say that about her. Taco sauce salad.
That's funny.
I love it when people who aren't aren't really that smart. You know, maybe they're just like a slightly above average, and he thinks he's like.
He's really like his intelligence is really like in what would be average in D&D? 8, 10?
Like 10, 9 or 10, I think would be average.
So this guy's maybe an 8, but he uses words like he's a
15. Yeah, yeah, he's a bit of a dum dum. I could see him having a -1 to his intelligence stat a little bit. Yeah, but he thinks he's a +2.
He would fit in perfectly with the handful of people I work with.
Oh yeah, some of the words they throw around you told us over the years.
The Trogs and Morlocks, yeah.
It's a disastrophe.
It's a disastrophe.
Actual word that somebody used.
You're bloating this out of context. What? You're bloating this out of context. That's a real quote.
Keep work in mind. When we're done with this, I want you to spin a little yarn about work. I'll hit you up after this. You can tell everybody. I think it's a fun story.
Emotionalness. You're emotional. She's drawing out your intellect, your emotion, and your spirit. She's
a succubus.
Desiccating you.
He basically is all but calling her a succubus, isn't he?
Yes.
Desiccating you, drawing out your.
He's got some venom inside him. He's got a hurt or a burn or something. Yeah. It's deep and it's moving around.
Oh, yeah, but by the end, you watch, he'll say like, "No, I am a born again Christian." Dude, you're the one that gives all of us a bad name.
Well, there's no drive-through churches, buddy.
Yeah, that's right.
There was during the pandemic.
Yeah, long gone, but yeah. Point taken and well said, Rogan. Damn, I just can't believe how hard he's going in on her. Yeah, that was unexpected. I must say, a little floored.
Right, and I think she, like, you know, she just gets a joy from making others less.
Damn. For context, I don't even think he's done a video about me or us, and we sit here and laugh our ass off at him. He's going at these people that like pay him no attention.
Right.
It makes me wonder if he's just kind of a clout chaser.
Yeah.
You know, maybe he's like, well, maybe I can get Ginny's attention, and maybe she'll do a response. Like Astro Boy, remember he was going on Astro Boy, the one-eyed guy.
Right.
I think Astro Boy just went in his comments. Ginny D's not going anywhere near this guy. I mean, she's too popular, too busy.
Well, she wouldn't even have seen this video anyway.
If somebody said, "Hey, did you know Scott Garibay took the piss out of you?" and she'd be like, "Who? Oh, yeah, whatever."
Surly Unicorn gave me 10 points. I got the reference. I just gained 10.
Same way she got joy when Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves came out, and we had a chance to make a Dungeons & Dragons cinematic universe 9 days beforehand. She said, "Hey, everybody, let me tell you right now, Dungeons & Dragons movies suck. I'm going to tell you this 9 days before the movie releases." You think that was an accident? It was carefully timed.
It's carefully timed. He sounded like Han there.
Yeah.
Buried alive, Kirk. Buried alive.
Fine Corinthian leather.
I remember that.
Man. So now he's blaming the movie failure on Ginny. It's bad when I'm becoming one of Ginny's defenders. I'm not a sim defender. I'm just like, wow, why are you doing this, Scott?
Well, you're honest.
Well, yeah.
You're honest, you know.
She doesn't deserve the kind of venom coming from someone like this.
Yes.
Now, if we want to have a little fun with her, maybe if we want to throw a wig on, call ourselves WD, do stuff like that, gently chide her for kind of being a bit of a patsy, when Kyle Brink was doing his interviews and she fell right into it. All right, we'll do that. But I don't have anything personal against Ginny.
Right.
I mean, God bless her, and God bless her. She got a money-making machine there.
And if she wants to come on our show, she needs to.
Oh, please come on, Ginny. That would be fun. Can you imagine that? Oh, look, who's popping in? It's Ginny. Let's squee like all of our simps. If you ever want to just like get that sick feeling in your stomach, watch. You don't even have to watch her videos. Just go to any one of her videos and then just like look at the first 15 comments. It's all dudes, and they're all like, "Ginny slays it. Oh, queen, you got this one, girl. Oh man, I like this version of Ginny."
Does she dress up in costumes a lot? Like that one day she was the elf in the bedroom.
Yeah, that was like just a promo. I think she does occasionally. She's a cosplayer. That was a promotion.
Does she go to Gen Con? I wonder, because I remember one of the times we were there, we went to the hall where they had cosplayers. I wonder if she was there dressed up.
Well, she's too big now to do that.
But that would have been.
Yeah, I mean, possible. It's possible for sure. Yeah,
2019.
Now she just started playing. Maybe like what? Help us out here, chat. When did Ginny start? Like
maybe she was cosplaying before that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So maybe she would have been there.
Yeah, she could have just been there as a cosplayer. Yeah,
Yeah.
Just kind of peripheral. Wouldn't it be great to get my picture taken with her?
Yeah.
Just pay. I'd even pay $20 for it or something. I'd be like, hey. And then at the end, I'd be like, all right, big fan. By the way, I'm Diversity in Dragons. She'd be like, first she'd probably be like, I don't even know who you are.
She'd
thanks
say,
for the $20.
She'd say, wait, are you on that show with Rogan?
Are you on that show with the mouse?
The mouse.
Eric says she's been playing for 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, so she could have been cosplaying before that, right? Yeah.
Good Lord, we could have
rubbed elbows.
Rubbed elbows. Did I tell chat? Did I ever tell you I rubbed elbows with Will Wheaton at a Gen Con?
Will.
Now this was back in what was that, like 2012 maybe? It was like around 2012, 2013. He was there with his wife. Now this was before. We all know he's a tool, of course. Now, one of my most successful videos is on Will Wheaton. Just keeps piling up the views for some reason. But this was before, he was. This was kind of in his phrase where he was kind of like, he's kind of like that nerd who's kind of okay. I guess we didn't know as much about what an a-hole he was. Maybe you had a feeling about it, but it wasn't widespread. So yeah, he walked right by me. Yeah. In retrospect, yeah. I'm just like I was like walking towards him. I'm like, damn, that looks like Will Wheaton. And then I saw like a whole like entourage like behind him, a bunch of people barking at his heels. So I walked right by him. I didn't do anything. I was just like, cool, whatever. Then I think I saw he was in one of the booths, like looking at like scenery or something. Then I stalked him.
I'm gonna make a video about you in about 11 years.
That's right. Yeah. Vengeance will be mine. 11 years hence. Remember the Funko Pop guy, Crazy Legs?
Yes. So me and Double D, we were in the vendor hall. And it was just us two at that time.
Yeah.
Not just us two on the trip, just us two in the vendor hall. And some guy really wanted a Funko Pop.
He was a big brother. Which,
Yeah.
I was like, all right, is of course not here or there, but you don't see too many big brothers wanting Funko Pops.
And the salesman said, well, they're free with a purchase.
Yeah.
He said, well, how much is a purchase?
How much is a
He
purchase?
did not understand what a purchase was. So,
but what initially got us was his
very
voice,
high-pitched
his
voice.
His high-pitched voice. He's like, "You got Funko Pops here?"
He was really excited.
Me and Crazy Mouse were like standing looking at something. We looked at each other right away, like, "Who said that?" We're like, "Oh my god, it's like a 6'2"
Linebacker.
The brother.
It did not match.
Yeah,
but he was really wanting this Funko Pop. So eventually, we were thinking of at that moment, was there something that we could buy at this table so that he could get the free Funko Pop?
Because we didn't care about that.
Somebody eventually did, and he got one for free.
Yes,
because he did not understand that he had to buy something to get it for free.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to cut to the chase and get a Funko Pop. You got
Which
Funko
I'm
Pops?
sure on the last day of the convention, he could have got it for free anyway.
Probably,
But
yeah.
this was not the last day.
So that's like an inside joke between me and Crazy Mouse.
How
Like
much is
everyone say, "How much is a purchase?
How much is a purchase?
How much is a purchase?"
How much is a
Or just straight up like, "You got Funko Pops." All right, let's watch the mental degradation of this man.
I'm interested to see how this guy signs off tonight.
I'm getting a little mad on Ginny's behalf here because I know she won't. It's kind of like when Subadai says he is Conan, Sumerian. He will not cry. So I cry for him.
That is one of my favorite lines.
Yeah. She is Ginny. She will not get outraged. So I'll get outraged for you, Ginny.
You dungeon master robustly. You never allow again. And so when you are determined, when you are declared to make every session powerful, unique, and useful to every single player at the table and yourself, and to allow no one to walk away from a single session without improving themselves, it means you build libraries. It means that you look at every single person who comes in front of you as a component to build a better non-player character. You look at every building to see the exciting details so that the locations you build.
What the hell?
Katie wants to know what she's missed. He was poking fun at Ginny B.
I'm not poking fun. He was being vicious.
Yeah, he wasn't
calling her a
nice.
succubus.
He wasn't playing nice in the sandbox. And us three are going to her defense.
That's right.
Because we're chivalrous.
Because I don't know if that's the right word.
That's right. Hello, milady. Hello, milady. We need to tip our fedoras to her.
Chivalrous.
There you go. You guys are. I tell you, you guys are. The students have become the master here. I'm getting outshined here.
Crazy Mouse, I sit corrected.
I sit in my Pontiac.
So, Katie, you're all caught up. And we told the story about Gen Con.
Are exciting and powerful and haunting or inspiring. Life simply becomes an array of visuals, an array of experiences to build other worlds better. And this world.
Ooh, whoa. Did you see that? Wow. That's worthy of a rewatch here.
of experiences to build.
He just did the damn Dungeon Magic.
He did the Golden Aces.
He did.
Other worlds better. And this world.
Damn.
Give it the snap. The Golden Aces snap.
Golden Aces snap. We'll explain that someday. Let's leave that out there. The Golden Aces.
The Golden
reference,
Aces,
yeah.
yeah.
Leave little Easter eggs throughout these.
You live in. Yeah. I'm talking about a different level of experience. I'm talking about rejecting fun. And using Dungeons and Dragons in ways that have been barely imagined by most Dungeons and Dragons.
If you took this advice, like, oh man, I just saw this guy. He seems like really cool. It's like, how would you do this? Because at the end of the day, you're opening up an adventure or something, and everybody's got their character sheet in front of them. Like, all right, we are going to shift paradigms here, people. Okay, well, where does the adventure start again? You know, every time it's going to be the same. You know, it's like,
Right.
what? How could you possibly change it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What in game as you're creating this world for your players? Honestly, what are you doing extra to create this experience? I mean, you have incense burning, strobe lights. You got people plugged in the heart monitors.
I remember during like Saturday Night Live when Chris Farley was at SeaWorld and he kept getting splashed with the water.
Yes.
So during fights, after you slay an orc, someone throws a bucket of blood on
flicks a little in your face, like sensory deprivation, maybe. He's got like one of those blackout rooms, like
that Aaron Rodgers goes to.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, last 30 seconds here. Bring us home, Scott.
Dungeon Masters. It's important.
Wipe a snot.
This is
or a tear,
right? And I'm hoping, and I am bushwhacking it down, and I'm hoping one of you is going to follow. Every single word of that is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic, please consider subscribing and have a wonderful millennium. Bye.
Have a wonderful
millennium.
And do you know? Double D, you ended it just 1 second too soon. Did anybody see where he ended up? Back at McDonald's.
Oh, was he back at McDonald's?
Yes, he was. He was back at McDonald's.
Nice, yeah. It had to be. It's where life begins and ends, right?
Shit goes full circle with that guy.
Yeah. Hey,
it's all about the double quarter pounder.
It's all about the dash, people. Reject fun. Yep, someone has that.
That truly is psychotic shit.
It's crazy.
It really is. Reject fun.
Crazy.
J-Mike, we don't think they fucked up his order. We think that he's a dasher. And he is going to these places because the other video, not last time, but 2 videos ago of his, he was at like a CVS the whole time, which you can go and pick up orders from CVS as well. Yeah. We think he's a dasher.
Yeah, we're almost positive he is
on route to like his deliveries.
Yep. All right. Well, that's the madness of Scott Gare. What can you say? I mean, I like all the suggestions for how he keeps it real or whatever he says, shifts paradigms or whatever bullshit.
I
like hooking him up to heart monitors.
Yeah, how do you do it? I mean,
electroshock in the chair, just in my little one.
The chair have arms and feathers and prickly things,
but like you got to do a lot to make Jenny D sympathetic to me, and he did it. Saucy is saucy. That's right, Cal. Thank you as always, Cal, for patrolling the grounds. I hope you guys all have something. If you don't have something to eat, go ahead and get something because Rogan's going to tell a story.
Oh gosh!
1 second before we get there. Incoming news. Our old friend Jeff Hatch, $5 super chat. How you doing, buddy? Thank you so much, Double D. This is so you never do another video from your car again. I can't promise that, Jeff. I can't promise that. I may like doing a car video like him.
He's paying you $5 to not do it, so he's winning right now.
He's winning. Yeah. Somebody else has to pay $5 to get me to do a Garrett.
No, that just ties it. 501.
Yeah, right. 501. Yeah. So go grab something to eat, and Rogan's going to tell us a work story about a misadventure in the bathroom.
Oh God!
You know the one I'm talking about. All right, give us, you know, give us enough detail, but you know, it doesn't have to be a 15-minute story.
I'll get to, I work at a shop. I use the executive washroom. They hate it. I was asked one day by my boss's boss about why. Why are you in here? And I told him why.
It all stems back to an incident. This is why you go to the executive bathroom.
This is why I use the executive washroom instead of the shop floor.
The Morlock bathroom.
The Morlock bathroom. I had to go one night. I was working third shift at the time, and I gotta go. And I hate using public bathrooms, but you know, at some point,
gotta go.
Hardly anyone's here. So I go in there. Last stall is kind of a little larger than the rest of the stalls. Go in there, drop trout, do my business. All right, get up, do the rest.
You have suspenders on, right? Like,
I work
suspenders.
It was in New England time. I got a tank top with suspenders and a big shirt on top of that. Get up, do my business. I start pulling my pants up with one arm in my suspenders. I'm pulling it up, and I had to stop. And, this is kind of, it brings me back there. It is,
As you're telling us, we are like shedding viewers. Like nobody wants to hear this.
Stick around for this. Seriously.
I don't care.
So I slide my left arm into my suspenders up to my shoulder, and I feel this horrible, slimy, sticky sensation going up my arm across my shoulder, and I stop. I freeze. And as soon as I realize this is a sticky, icky something or another,
smelly.
That's when the smell hit.
It's like I can see you it's like alien horror. Like you're like,
yes, yeah.
Like something is literally crawling up your arm ready to devour you.
God, absolutely. And as soon as my mind registered what it was, I just I put out a wail and a scream like Worf did when one of his buddies died.
It's like all that
oh my God, So I'm trying to look. I'm trying to maneuver. How do I minimize this? How do I not let this spread?
You're in a perilous position there.
Oh, absolutely. It took a lot of finesse on my point, and I know I lost sanity points, but I had just enough. It's able to unclip, drop those off to the side, slowly take my tank top off, wipe myself off. But there's a large cement wash basin in there. I bust out of the stall, pants down around my ankles at this point. Undies pulled up. Now I'm shirtless. My tank top is off. It's all filled with fucking diarrhea shit. I throw myself in this basin, turn it on. I'm there for probably a half hour.
You took a bath in a cement basin.
The whole time I'm wailing and screaming, or so I felt like. Yeah, it was absolutely. So I
like Nancy Kerrigan. Why?
So I get myself out of there, paper towels, dry myself off. I turn around, and that's when I realized that someone had shit down the whole front of that fucking toilet, just wiped off the top of it. Now, in my haste, I sat in there, dropped.
You were trying to get in there in a hurry.
So when I pulled my suspenders up, it just scooped up a giant scoop of soft serve.
That happened to me one time. Not you, but the guy before that. I was at our local shopping mall, and I must have had something that didn't agree with me. And I was with my wife, and I'm like, oh boy, I gotta go, and I gotta go now. And I'm I told her, I'm I gotta hit the restroom, go to whatever JC Penney's or whatever. So I'm going down and I start breaking out into the sweat halfway through.
Oh, that's awful.
I'm still probably a good 50 yards away from the bathroom, and I'm already in the sweat, and it's already starting to come down, and I'm like, I can feel it. You know how it is. It's like you can push back the first wave.
Yes.
It's like you're a warrior. Let's put this in D&D terms.
Yes.
The first wave comes, and you beat it back. But you're like, there's another one coming. And I'm like, oh my god. And then you're not doing yourself any favors because that's all you're thinking about. You're like, I'm going to shit my pants. I'm going to shit my pants. I'm going to shit my pants. And then if that's all you're thinking about,
oh yes,
your body's going to be like, oh well, yeah.
He's telling me to do it.
That's permission. We'll go ahead and do that. You should be thinking about like baseball or something. But yeah, so I like tear into the bathroom. I'm not exactly running, but when I saw there was nobody else around, I started to do that really, really fast walk.
Yeah.
And then probably like the last 5 yards, I did sprint. Got there. Fortunately, nobody was in there. Okay, but the second, third wave came, and I was not strong enough. So I'm like, just as I dropped trow and was getting ready to sit down, explosion. Right all, not on the wall, but like the back of the toilet and all that. I'm like, oh god! At first, I was just so glad that I didn't do it in my pants. I'm like, oh, thank God. So I'm like, all right. I'm like, all right. So I'm not one of those people that would just be like, well,
the maintenance.
Yeah, so I got some maintenance guy can do it. So I'm like, shit. I'm like, I got a lot of cleaning up to do here.
That's the thing right there. That's dude, that's your shit.
Yeah,
that's like
it's generational too. I think everybody in our generation would be like, I gotta do something about this.
That dude fucking put a IED out there or whatever, a little bomb out there for poor unsuspecting me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, clean your shit up, man.
Now the irony to the story is, and I did the best I could. Let's not deny it though. If you're looking at it, you're like, oh, somebody shit on that and tried to clean it up as best as they could. But at least they made the effort.
Right.
Plus, my wife's was probably like, why were you gone 25 minutes?
The other thing is you should have just been like, you might need to go to the J.C. Penney's and hit the underpants section and freaking hook me up.
I'd have called her. Yeah, honey, we have an accident. But as I was leaving, and I'm not lying here, the maintenance guy was coming in. I'm just like, oh god. I did not stop for anything. They just
give him $5 and say my apologies.
It's like, just get a bucket of water. It'll get, it'll do the rest. I listen. I did most of it, and it was hard work.
Right.
This is bad work. You're dealing with shopping mall toilet paper. Or, So I'm like doing it, cleaning, throwing it in, flushing. It's like that's why it took so long. I'm like, oh fuck. And I was thinking throughout that, I'm like, I wish I was just one of those dickbags who would just be like, well,
right.
I'd love to see the face on the maintenance guys, when they have to clean this up.
Well, I worked mall maintenance back when I was a young man. And I tell you what, ladies, I don't apologize. The women's bathroom, at the end of the night, when the mall closes, I had to go clean the bathrooms. The women's bathroom was always a freaking nightmare.
Pizza Hut the same way.
I don't know why.
Yep. Yeah, I worked at Pizza Hut for 7 years. When I was started out, probably the first 3 or 4 years, I had to go in and clean, the restrooms. The men's room was always, it was just straight ahead. There's some piss on the floor or whatever.
Right.
Women's room, just disgusting. So, sorry, ladies. it's true.
Sorry, Charlotte and Katie.
Yeah, well, they know it's true too. They know it's true. Any woman who gets it knows, because you get tampons everywhere, just trying to flush stuff down the toilet.
Oh man!
Shit. Oh god, it's disgusting.
It's grim.
At my workplace, somebody got busted. I work for a large company, and we have several buildings on our campus, and there's one this old colonial house. And it got known to be the frat house due to some incidents that happened there. One high-level executive, he got in trouble for abusing his 22-year-old girlfriend. He was married, by the way, in his 50s. And then the best was a guy, I am not lying here, because I know the girl that he was trying to catch in the act. He mounted a camera in the ladies' room.
Disgusting.
Yeah. So she was as she told it, she was like doing her business, and she's like, wait a minute, what? Can you imagine that? You're a girl sitting there on the toilet, and you're like, wait a minute, is that what I think it is under the cabinet? So she went up to it. It's like, oh my God, it's a camera.
Disgusting.
Needless to say, the guy got fired. But,
Yeah, fired. They said, well, I tell you what, we're going to fire you, but pick an eye.
Yeah.
Because we're taking one of them.
I'm telling you that my wife is head of human resources at a major company, and someone got in trouble for snapping a picture underneath the stall, camera up to try to get another coworker.
Yeah.
And they did, and they were successful, and they got a picture of this person. And Double D knows this. At this company is a real live professional wrestler that works there. And
he's like a fill-in.
Yeah,
he's like a jobber, I guess.
But he would be for the minor circuits.
Yeah.
Like he's
for the minors, he'd be a big dude.
Huge dude. Humongous. And I said, what if he would have taken a picture of him? He tied him up into a pretzel.
Oh God, yeah. You do that to the wrong person, they're going to destroy you. All right, enough of the potty humor. I want to close it out by watching a little play from our friend Jen Kretchmer. What do you guys think in the chat? I haven't really watched this any, so this could be very boring. Now, Jen Kretchmer.
Well, we can always skip around on it.
Yes, that's true. All right, so let me. Of course, we won't watch it all because it's like 3 hours, but.
Okay.
Running.
Oh, welcome.
All right, so that's Jen Kretchmer. Remember her? She's the disability advocate.
Yes, I do remember.
She's the one that wants
She was also in that video where she was giving her resume, but that freaking knucklehead in the middle was like doing a chorus line and freaking.
She was.
It reminded me of Coach Bob Knight's freaking game face press conference.
Yeah, so Jen Kretchmer is a disability advocate. Now you'd think like, oh my God, she's must be paralyzed or she's wheelchair bound. No, she's just one of these.
Just had a hangnail one day.
One of these fibromyalgia gals, or what is it, Ehlers-Danlos? I don't know. One of those diseases the doctors just say here. I don't know what else to tell you. You have this. I'll give you some medicine and I'll kiss your boo-boo. Can you please stop coming here now every 2 months and telling me how much excruciating agony you're in? Go see a psychiatrist, please.
She's a doctor shopper.
Oh God, yeah.
Charlotte thinks we make these names up. Nope, Charlotte. Promise we're not.
All right, so let's see how Jen runs a game, huh? We already know she's a little crazy, but
My name is Jen Kretchmer, and I am your dungeon master today. We're shaking this up a little bit. We're here with some of the formerly heroes of the Vale, now beyond heroes, and some special guests. So we'll go through quickly introduce ourselves and our characters.
Only I hope they use it with proper voices.
Let's see.
My first.
Can you start with the deal?
Oh,
Fadil.
my name is Fadil, and I am playing Artin Durin, the Wood Elf Druid.
No voice. That's good. Well, I mean, it's not good for us, but good for her. She didn't embarrass herself.
I am James Hake, and I am playing Professor Lars Vandergast.
There's your. I guess he made up for it.
Dwarven professor of occultism.
Hi, my name is Hope, and I'm playing Modge the Hodgepodge.
Oh God! Why do you do this, ladies? Why? I mean, when guys do it, it's bad enough. But when women do it, there's just a difference, isn't there? Well, let's be real. Back me up here, fellas. That voice is annoying as hell. Is it not? It's just annoying.
Someone wants to know if that's the Joker. The DM.
We haven't determined that yet. We've heard that before. It could be the female Joker version. No.
I'm a Kalish Star Bard, so that's a thing.
I don't know what that is.
I am Adam, and I am playing Barnaby the Fawn. And I'm a warlock.
And I'm a warlock.
He's a fawn.
She does look like the Joker.
He looks like the quarter cup doggy style guy. Just like really. All right, I'll unpack that a little. So my sister-in-law, they were at church. They were talking to this nice couple, obviously a church couple, and this one woman was saying how they wanted to get pregnant, but she was telling my sister-in-law how like she couldn't or something, and her husband is one of these big guys, like the guy on the right at the top here, top right. And she's like, well, he has so much semen that it kind of like drowns it out. It's like a quarter cup of semen. So we have to do it doggy style. So just over the years, it was just like, oh yeah, the quarter cup doggy style guy.
But
I was there listening to Mrs. Double D and the sister-in-law.
Yeah.
I heard that conversation.
Yeah. It's sort of legendary now, but
the room fell silent.
God bless it.
Yeah, it's
quarter cup.
Quarter cup.
So that is our motley crew today.
Peter North.
Yeah.
And we will have one more with us soon. Please, we are doing this stream for Extra Life. If you can, please donate. The information should be down below. But let's get some funds raised and help out some humans, because that's a really cool thing we do. While we're questing and doing good in the fantasy world, we can actually do good in the real world. So,
oh yeah,
win-win. And with that,
she does kind of look like the Joker a little bit. I hate to say, yeah. I got a live one here.
You all have received some messages recently. Some of you in your sleep. For those of you that don't sleep, it's come to you either in
Stop the presses. Who's that? It's Jeff Hatch.
It's Jeff. Oh boy. Jeff Hatch, $5 super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. I bet they're all holding an X card up their sleeves. I'm willing to bet for this, probably not, but normally they have a DM they can trust here because they know she's in tune with them. But yeah, these are all players that would definitely do that, Jeff. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you very, very much. Oh boy.
With your spirits in your course of study, it's a cry for help. You're being
something I know
asked
well
to come help. There is a place called the Two Vines Mall. It is a shopping center.
What?
Two Pines Mall.
This is like I'm having a deja vu day right now.
Is that Back to the Future?
Is it?
What was the name of the mall in Back to the Future?
Chad, help us out. What the fuck is she doing? Back to the Future RPG? Yeah, that's a good catch, Crazy Mouse. A shopping. Oh my lord.
Doesn't she mean market?
These are retards, Rogan.
Oh, sorry.
You expect them to put a modicum of thought and fantasy dressing on something like this? This is what I'm telling you guys. You guys don't believe me, but like, I mean, a lot of you should by now. But like, this is what they do. It's like these games that they run. It's all shopping. It's all parties. It's all festivals. It's all like games.
It was Pine Valley.
Okay.
That's from Dawn.
Okay. All right. But still, inserting a shopping mall in your fantasy game.
Yeah, but it changed names because Marty ran over the bushes.
A marketplace of sorts, and someone is trapped there. And they are imploring you. In order to get there, they've charted a course for you. You need to bring a number of things with you. You need to bring a bag of holding. You need to bring some rations. They say they are hungry. They have specifically asked for fried rations.
Oh, God.
I'm starving.
Are you doing stone ground oats or steel cut oats?
Reminds me, we were leaving that restaurant at Gen Con, like we have our leftovers untouched. You know, we would try to give it to like some of the homeless people on our way out.
From Buka.
Yeah, from Buka.
We had bowls. We made plates for.
Oh yeah, we're like we asked Buka, like, hey, can you put this?
We portioned out like ziti and some sauce and some meatballs or whatever it was. Like we made
Good
plates
stuff.
for people.
That was so
First homeless guy we give it to. He's like, I don't want that. He's like, don't you have any money? Nope. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what we're offering, right?
I just remember some lady that we found later, some homeless lady. She was like, oh hell yeah, I'll take that. Then finally, we couldn't find anybody else to give it to her. Like, do you want like more? And she's like, oh God, yes. She was like the most thankful. But yeah, the food, that was kind of a slap in the face. The brother's like, nope, nah.
I'm really about that money. Yeah, money.
All right, well, now how about whatever. Okay. So they want fried rations. They're starving, but they want fried. Okay.
And they have asked for you, if you can, to learn the latest song by the Confederacy of Incredibles, which is a
modern role playing summed up in how far are we in? We are 3.5 minutes in, and this is perfect. You could just show this. Hey, what's going wrong with D&D? I hear everybody's talking about what's wrong with D&D. Let me just show you the video. It's 3 hours long, but you only need to watch the first 4 minutes.
Yeah.
I bet she's probably 2.5 hours before someone rolls a dice to hit something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of finding and a lot of shopping.
band that is quite famous all throughout Beirut.
A band, huh?
What would you like to do?
Not a troupe of minstrels.
Just to clarify.
Right. A band. This is a legendary DM here. Jen Kretchmer.
We said a bag of holding fried rations.
Yes.
And I missed the rest.
Song of
Because I'm not paying attention.
Yeah, I was going to say, the insane amount of chuckling I was doing. I'd be looking around here. Like if this was like a Gen Con game, I'd be looking around like, oh boy.
Yeah.
I'm in for it.
How do we
Can I make it 4 hours? Oh no. This is where if we were at the same table, we'd be eyeballing each other from across the table, like
giving each other the knowing look.
Yeah. This won't stand. This aggression won't stand, as George Bush the First.
Confederacy of Incredibles.
A song by the Confederacy of Incredibles.
I have to admit I haven't ever heard of such a band. Maybe I'm just out of touch with the popular culture.
They're like my favorite band. So like I know all their songs. So it's fine. I got you. Don't worry about it.
Look at the look of joy on Joker's face right there. Yeah. They're buying in.
I feel desiccated as well.
I have several of their magical CDs if you want to borrow one, but I do.
Magical feces?
Magical CDs.
Oh, okay.
You need it back.
Can you hum a few bars?
Let me think about this so I don't get a copyright strike. Let's just say they all sound like Backstreet Boys songs. Joey, I know you know a Backstreet Boys song, please.
Are you asking me to sing? Now you're passing the buck to me.
I just want to make sure you were.
Oh, this is fun. Don't you feel embarrassed for these people? I mean, as much as we laugh at them, don't you feel embarrassed?
I do. I kind of do. You know, I get like, you know, I think that underneath the table there, you can see that they're all chained there. You know, obviously she's as sinister as you could frickin' get, because look at that. I mean,
Yeah, she's giving off real. We know she's batshit crazy.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Eric does feel embarrassed for them as well.
Paying attention while we're listening to that Fire album. Just saying.
So one of their recent hits was called I Had Gold, but I gave it all to a demon lord of the sewers, but then he gave it back. Number of parentheses
That entire
in there.
thing is
Yeah.
the title?
Well,
She probably thought of that for an hour.
Yeah,
this will slam.
it's mostly I had gold and then parentheticals
type of vibe.
But I gave it all to a demon lord of the sewers and parentheticals, followed by another parenthetical statement. But then he gave it back.
Yes.
It's a classic.
It was an instant hit, rose to the top of the charts.
Slaps.
All
Absolutely
over.
slaps.
Or maybe we can listen to some of them on the bus on the way over there. With them.
Okay, hold. Stop the presses. Stop the presses.
Vector! Thank you so much. That is too kind, my friend. $10 super chat from our old friend, the real Vector. And he is real. Let me rest assured. What do I want? I want excitement. I want danger. I want to return to the days of high adventure.
Adventure.
That's right. And I want to fight some evil orc scum. Who's with me? All three of us are with you, my friend. My whole table is with you.
Hack and slash, hack and frickin' slash.
Right there, he's with you.
Yep.
Chris S.
Yep. Hell yeah. Yep. I'm pretty sure everybody in the chat is. That's why just spread the word, not just here, but anybody who's sort of on our side who's against this sort of play. We want to get the word out and let people know that there are good normal games. You could, like I said, watch some of our live plays. It's just probably very, very pedestrian and boring at times because it's just us not trying to be funny. And
I would say our game,
from
an outsider point of view, if I was watching it, right now we are all new characters. So there's a lot of storytelling right now to build us to go where we need to go.
Right.
The last session, there wasn't much dice rolling except for Rogan's phenomenal 20.
Perfect 20.
Boom. I think it's setting the stage for what's about to come.
I think so too.
We had a new character introduced. The oldest member of this current group just stepped away.
Right.
You guys are headed into danger, as you well know.
So like,
should be fun.
Again, there's no live play this Friday. We'll pick up next Friday.
But we look, as you can tell, if you watch all the way through, we crack jokes, we make each other laugh.
There's some pop culture references.
Yeah,
we sing.
Yeah, we sing very badly, but nobody is trying to like do this affected, like these acts. Stern may put a little hot sauce on his accent at times, but
but that's what his character.
Yeah, he takes a different demeanor, and I'm just saying that's all you have to do. Maybe just take a slightly different demeanor with your character if you want to, change it up. You don't have to do these god awful, just horrible accents. It's just brutal. In the chat, you guys have to let me know you're embarrassed for these people, are you not?
Oh, there's people that absolutely were, and there was tons of people that 100% backed what Vector was saying.
Yeah, that's all we want. Like as Vector put it so eloquently, like just getting around a table and you know who the bad guys are, and sometimes maybe they trip you up, but you still sort of know who's good, who's bad. You just roll dice and have fun.
If there's not a common villain, I mean, multiple common villains, because you can't, it'd be like Land of Lost fighting the Slee Stacks forever. You got to have villains. Somebody's got to be the villain.
Not nowadays. Not with these people.
It's all, it's the Blue Rose now.
Romance. I look tenderly into Khan's eyes. I melt away.
Oh, we're traveling to. Are we Dungeon Master? Are we there now, or are we en route?
You are en route.
En route.
It is quite foggy on the way.
The mists are thickening. Can't say I like that. Bad stories about mist.
One thing she didn't do is she didn't really set anything up.
No,
she just gave him
bring fried chicken.
Bring all this.
Bring a CD, and it's foggy.
Why wouldn't you just set the table? All right, guys, you're in the city of so and so. Think this, it's kind of like this. People are bustling through, but over in another city, much like this one, there's a shopping mall catastrophe. Disastrophe.
You're 100% right, but she is just far too creative for that.
That's right. Yeah,
she likes intelligent.
She likes to cut right to the chase and just. How do these guys even know each other? I don't know. Maybe this is an ongoing story. They are the heroes of Vale, after all. I don't know. Oh.
And they thicken, envelop your mode of travel. Good God!
What is he actually?
That sounds like stuff that my grandpa says all the time, and
I have a very serious question. What?
She sounds like what's her name from Saturday Night Live. You were just asking who she was, and I told you the one in the female Ghostbusters.
Kristen Wiig.
Kristen Wiig. Yeah, she's got a Kristen Wiig kind of voice affectation there.
Gilly. Was that you, Gilly?
We are walking towards this mall. This individual that we are there to aid and supply our help to, is it truly worth going to a mall to do that?
Yeah, malls are amazing.
See?
Oh, man. She lost it right there.
She is doing that character from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
About she one-ups everybody at parties. That's the Kristen Wiig character she's doing.
That California.
No. That was the one with Bill Hader. This is one where she's by herself.
Right.
She goes to parties of she lives in the same apartment as this guy, and she just one-ups all his stories.
Yeah, I worked as a janitor. I don't know.
She speaks finally.
All once, just to make the voice in my head angry, but it wasn't that great. I have to tell you, they're kind of dirty.
I shall take your word for it.
Yeah, I don't mind going anywhere, but I prefer not to get mauled while I'm there.
That's not a mall. It's just a bunch of stores and stuff.
But you could get mauled.
There's not a lot of connection. I don't know. It's
they're just trying to be wacky. This is all right, guys. I'm giving you the.
I think Rogan's right. I think it's going to be an hour until we even see a
dice come out.
Oh, stop the presses.
No. Yes. We got a morale check.
I like that.
Who rolled a 20 on their morale check? This guy. Thank you so much. Morale check. $4.99 super chat. Vocal fry, man. Please leave the table. Good
Absolutely.
Day. Yep.
The tribe has voted.
Yes. You've been voted off. Thank you so much, Morale Fry. I do appreciate it. And what do you do? We've told the story before, but yeah, Rogan and Stern and I think Gavin Yeah, we had a girl like this at a table at Gen Con with that voice. And if you think it's annoying to listen to like through a live stream, secondhand, just imagine in person when you can do nothing about it.
Oh God.
You can't tell her to shut up because you don't want to be a jerk.
Yeah. And you'll offend her offended boyfriend.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's thinking it. Trust me, everybody at that table is thinking it, not just us, even the DM. That's right, Jeff. You won't see much of that here. You'll see love your enemies, walk with them before you, and hear their screams of joy as you buy them lunch at the mall.
I mean, yeah, you guys definitely get mauled, especially if there's like a big sale. But you just have to
and vocal
sit
fry.
there first. Just push everybody out of the way.
So there are ships inside this mall.
I guess it depends on the mall. There's like this really big mall that I've never been to, but it's like on the other side of Fairham, there's a roller coaster inside. And
do you know, on a side note on that mall that they're talking about, Mall of America? Do you know that our local mall is bigger square footage than that?
Is it really?
Our local mall is
know that.
humongous square footage wise.
I've been on the roof of that mall.
Yeah. We don't want to tell America where we are located, but our mall is bigger than the Mall of America.
Yeah, that is crazy. And we are nowhere near the size of Minneapolis, right there, St. Paul. This is just brutal. Now they're talking about roller coasters. I thought this would be like fun. It's just kind of sad, annoying and sad.
Yeah, Raven
summing
it up.
Let's see.
It is painful. It is painful. You're right.
All right, let's go a little longer. We'll see if it improves. Should I skip ahead, chat? Why not?
Yeah.
Executive decision. Let's go to the 30-minute mark.
Let's see if they're still talking about the mall.
Yes.
Okay. You come to the storefront with the hanging braziers and the shirts in the front.
The hanging braziers.
And shirts.
And shirts. Did she say braziers or braziers?
I thought she said braziers, but might as well. Who knows? Who cares?
Yeah.
I like going to the mall and getting hot Sams. Remember hot Sams?
Oh, yeah. Warlock who thought was a rogue.
Our mall's got good food.
As you can tell, we're deeply interested in this. Man, our mall's good.
This place, even though you can see everything, it just seems to stretch on forever.
Forever. Slow your roll, double deep.
Eric C. Oh my Lord. Thank you, my friend. I would love to listen to you three make fun of the entire 3 hours. Yikes. You want us?
I might have to refund that $10.
Yeah, we would have to refund that. Yeah,
I'm not staying until midnight.
Yeah, that could be a severe punishment. You will probably be the only one in here.
It's like that negative reinforcement therapy where when it's all over with, you don't ever want to talk to redheaded women ever.
Yeah, exactly. But thank you again so much, Eric. I do appreciate it.
As soon as you said that, people read that. We lost 10 viewers.
Yes, right. Yeah. They're gonna do it.
Hit the deck.
It just seems like it's a long walk anywhere you're going to go.
What a nightmare.
Infinite mall.
It is a true domain of dread.
Where are we going again?
Towards the bellyache, I believe. I try to go towards the sound of the
So you're in the center. You are heading toward the infernal point.
Yes.
Okay. You come to the the storefront with the hanging braziers and the shirts in the front.
Old Navy. Ye old Navy.
I still don't know what she said. You may not have seen Used Cars Crazy Mouse. Have you ever seen Used Cars with Kurt Russell? Remember when they cut the tape and you're like, come on down and see the miles of cars we have to choose from. I can't get what she's saying there. Is it braziers or braziers? Right. She kind of like, it's almost like it's like spliced in. Because she says braziers.
Yeah.
And then she says like shirts. So braziers, like bras, could fit. Right. But it is D&D, so it could be the braziers,
the old shirt shop.
Other songs on the shirts are listed. This Mine is Ours. So they
good DMing there, Jen. For a world class.
So the shirt has writing on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's magic, dude. Come on. They just had a wizard do it.
Wow. Can we incorporate it? Can we?
Oh yeah. You guys are going to fight those gnolls.
Let's do that. It's
gonna be a gas station right in the middle of the desert.
Okay.
All right. Gas station sushi. Right. Real Constitution.
Gas station tacos in our city have really stepped up.
Yeah, they have. That one moved that's close to you.
There's that one on way upper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Really good. Yeah.
I'm kind of hungry.
I'm starving.
Boy, as we're.
I like Moe's.
Moe's is closing. Not closing. It's
right.
Just for the night.
They have a number of different bands on there.
It's band T-shirts in D&D.
At a mall.
I mean, why? Well, then why do D&D? I don't understand. Why not do like a? She doesn't have the brain power, but why not do like an Evil Dead or Night of the Living Dead or a movie like that as the basis of your story? Like it's so stupid.
Well, Vector's got a way to spice things up.
Vector.
There we go.
Suddenly, without warning, Electric bursts through the roof. Roll for initiative. Yeah, she's so random. She probably will. Yeah, cyberpunk. Yeah, absolutely. It's like why? I mean, but you think these people know any other systems? I mean, they do D&D and that's it. And they think probably 5th edition is hard.
Black dragons are problematic.
Oh yeah, meat. You're on that. Yep.
Thanks for keeping us in line.
So we'll just get rid of them. It's like I love that they're doing that.
They don't exist anymore.
Yeah, all the Native American mascots. All the Native Americans are like, we don't care. They're probably
I'll tell you what. I'm glad that the Chiefs, Blackhawks, and the Braves are like, screw you. We're not changing.
We're not doing it. Yeah.
Cleveland Indians, you suck.
Yeah. I hope they just curse themselves for like another 80 years.
Do you remember? Didn't the sign fall down on day one?
Oh, did it?
Yeah, not during the major league season, but when they unveiled it, like the sign fell down.
Almost like the spirit of Chief Wahoo was pushing it over.
My mom cheers for the Cleveland baseball team, and she calls them the Indians all the time. But now she's starting to like Cleveland, the Cleveland, the Indian, whatever their name is now. That's like my mom now. She likes him because Uncle Lenny likes him.
Yeah. My dad still refers to them as the Indians.
I still refer to them as Indians. And on a night we were on a live stream with Greg Gillespie, I slipped up and called them the Redskins. The Washington football team, the Commanders.
Oh my God.
They're called the Commanders?
The Redskins changed From there, they went to they didn't have a new name, so they went to the Washington football team for
2
maybe
years.
2 years. Now they're the Washington Commanders.
Yeah, very basic.
There is a grate up, though, as if it were closed.
The way a shot is made by those who are dead, and the dead keep appropriate mall hours.
I just think the mall's closed. I don't think it's that deep.
Everybody give me another perception.
Can't roll for garbage.
8 again.
6.
So 10
Rubbish
again.
Okay.
So average.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know. I need to roll a different dice show.
The smell in this place is changing a bit. That smell that was kind of pleasant and inoffensive, it's getting a little cloying.
Ooh, cloying. Throwing around where that's why Jen Kretchmer is a celebrity DM.
I don't think I've ever heard that word cloying. Kind of embarrassed.
Well, you just did.
I got schooled.
I did good on my SATs, and I didn't even know what the fuck that means.
Like there's just a hint of.
Does it smell like vomit?
Or dead bodies?
It's like a bit of a rot, but this place is very old, so that's not completely out of the ordinary.
It could be intellectual rot. This is a shopping mall, after all.
That's the Orange Julius.
Yes, shout out to Orange Julius. Absolutely, 100%.
Ooh, yeah. Man. Yep. Food court food from the mall.
Yeah. You mentioned Hot Sam, Orange Julius. God, it takes me back.
Oh, yeah.
Good times.
Second shift when I worked up there, I did it often.
Do you remember there was a cookie place?
Yes.
With fresh baked cookies, and they advertised that they had the coldest milk in town.
Oh, really? I don't remember that, but
I'm 100% positive because when we had the Pepperidge Farm business, we used to have to make deliveries into the mall, and it was next to it. So this would have been late 80s, early 90s.
yes, Nora, this person is supposed to be not just good, like an in-demand, like let's pay her DM. It's as we reminisce about all the pizza joints in our mall.
Annie Ann's,
all the arcades.
The Red Baron, the Till.
Yeah. The good old days. The good old days.
Pizza Boy.
Yep. Damn.
Get off your soapbox, Professor.
Is it more like a perfumey smell?
It started out a little perfumey, and has sort of just gotten more intense, like that kind of thing where it's starting to cling to you a little bit when you walk through, and there's just too much.
Kind of like when you're cooking bacon.
Yeah.
Or when you go to Lush.
I'm flat in a play. No.
Yeah.
Cooking bacon is always a nearly religious experience.
Yeah.
It is always a good thing. A bacon burn, you should be proud of a solid bacon burn on your arms. Absolutely. It's not a bad thing.
Yep. It'll pop out of the pan. And
Yeah.
Wow. That's a
Take a little bacon grease, put it behind the ear.
Yeah, that's right.
Watch out, Mrs. Mouse. I'm on the prowl tonight.
Watch out, Jen Kretchmer. We're coming for you.
When you stop bathing for 6 weeks like I did.
That too.
Why did you stop bathing for 6 weeks?
Well, look at me. I'm gorgeous. But I don't want to be gorgeous, so I got really dirty. And now you can't say that I'm...
Is that Michael Myers? Talk amongst yourselves. I'm feeling a little verklempt. It's like this came from Saturday Night Live.
I will say, like, they're just doing it on a live stream, but there's an old X-Files where Annabelle Sciorra, do you know who she is? She's like she's like an actress back in the day.
Right.
She played like someone with like multiple personalities, and she did like the Top Girl's voice, that voice like that. She did that like the whole episode. Like it's almost unwatchable just because of it. And I love the X-Files, don't get me wrong. But that episode was brutal. Yeah, her voice was just like Top Girl's. Linda Richmond.
Yep. Is that coffee talk?
Is it? I think so.
Bacon smells like victory. I like that.
I think some of these guys, a lot of these guys they would fit right in at our table.
Jeff Hatch says calling her a dungeon master is like calling a subway worker a chef.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. Yeah, in the most basic terms, yes, you have to admit that she is giving.
Someone knows the episode you're talking about. Don says he knows the episode you're talking about, Double D.
Yeah. And I don't know. Maybe they just gave her too much latitude, but I guess they didn't realize how annoying it would be. I mean, she's normally an okay actress. Let's see where Buddy Shark. This chick needs terrible monstrous humanoids killing people. Others need to be screaming and dying. Players, fires exploding overhead. Non-stop pressure. Yeah. People are dying, screaming Molly. That's right. Take that from a former Marine. Hell yes. Way to bring it full circle, James.
We're glad you were paying attention.
Yeah, so you get bonus points.
Absolutely.
Gorgeous.
Oh, look at you. I've never been gorgeous in my 100-year-old dwarven life. Some people don't appreciate what they have.
I think you're gorgeous.
Oh, who said that?
What?
Great gods above, what was that?
It's just also selfish too, isn't it? Like everybody's just trying to outdo like the other instead of like, all right, we know who we are. You know, there'll be a time for me to shine later, I'm sure. Right. Let's advance the story. Let's figure out what's going on at this mall. Like Shark said, is there fire overhead? Is there inhumanoids coming up from the floor of this mall?
I'll tell you what this episode needs. Dwight Schrute with his the fire drill.
Oh yeah.
That's what this episode of freaking Heroes of the Veil needs.
Yep. Hell yeah.
Tonight, smoking is going to save lives.
This is just awful, though. I mean, it's very indicative too of I don't know. Like everybody's just trying to like hog the limelight.
Right.
Are you here? Did you bring all the things? Like, did you bring the stuff we asked
Are
for?
you who we're here to meet?
Yeah.
Oh, great. We did it. We did
Quest
it. We saved the
done.
person.
Let's go home. Let's
All right.
leave this infernal place.
What is the source
yeah,
of...
All right, let's go to an hour. Let's jump ahead in time.
This
Whoa.
is my new favorite.
She did say at the beginning someone else was going to join them.
Todd Kenrick, is he the guy? How do I know him, chat? I know him somehow, don't I? He wasn't the guy interviewing Jeremy Crawford, was he? You know, Elfiest Elf. Not him, but the guy who was interviewing him.
Oh yeah, that could very well be.
Yeah, I know him somewhere.
Wait, the Elfiest Elf?
Not that guy. There's a guy interviewing him. The guy who in that clip, he'd be like, right.
That guy had hair, though.
He did. I'm just wondering, maybe
it is.
Confirmation.
Yep.
Yep.
That's
Todd.
him.
Yeah, I must have just shaved it or something. Or maybe he got Air Club for Men.
Maybe.
I'm enjoying the new active lifestyle with my new hair.
He jumps in the pool.
All right, well, somewhere along the way, Todd slipped in through the back door.
Oh, character. Oh my god. I got 19.
You got 19. Okay. You managed to reach and grab the bag. Claire is going, oh, Craig, she's got more food.
Here you go. You just got to reach out with both hands and grab it. And then it's all yours.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Ha! Just kidding. It's nothing.
And let's roll some initiative.
Oh.
I got a net one.
It just
This isn't a natural 13, but it is a 13. It's not a 13.
Dirty 13.
Dirty 13.
Yeah, hour 3.
It's not even one of the stores in this mall.
That's my new hip hop name.
Okay,
Young Arvin, spelled Y-U-N-G.
Young
Arvin.
Looks like she gave up that accent.
It's terrible. It's terrible. It's 5. No, it's 4.
Okay,
It's
so
going lower.
let me go through here. Barnaby, what you got?
Oh, that would be me.
That would be you.
And it would be a 12.
Okay.
I suspect that Barnaby is not who he says he is.
I was thinking of other store names.
Mordred.
It's Mordred. Again.
Omni and Eagle.
Maj.
Maj got a 2.
2.
I don't know. It's fun to stop. I'm just so bad. I will say Castles and Crusades, as we discovered, if you watched our live plays, they go back to rolling for initiative every round, and I sort of forgot how much.
That adds a level of excitement that we haven't.
It does,
because you can go twice in a row.
Yeah, you can get to go twice in a row.
Or has it happened yet?
Yeah, you can get fucked in
twice in a row.
Yeah. Yep. I forgot that was. And you know what? I'll show you guys. Dude, I'll let this go, and then I'll show you something I got. This will be a little DM tip for you, because Lord knows you're not getting any DM wisdom from this. But I'll let this go for a second.
Lars rolled a 13.
13.
How is he before me? Like his voice is slow to come out.
That's a good question.
I got a 10.
Bleeker, you didn't miss any good parts. He said he
Averin?
stepped away for a moment.
Oh, that was a big fat 4.
4.
Yeah, that was a dirty 4.
Dirty.
She's been putting in their scores for the last 5 minutes. All right, so speaking of that, have we had enough of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, guys. I'm throwing in the towel. This is awful.
Yeah, I'm looking for my suspenders right now in a dirty bathroom.
But I will give you some. Look, if you are playing a game with a variable initiative each round, it actually can, for the DM, be a pain to keep track of, like, who's going when, what. We usually had, like, Gavin.
Gavin does a great job keeping track of that stuff.
He does. But I'm hoping he doesn't have to do that anymore, because I just got these off of Amazon. Okay, you see these?
Like the nameplates almost.
Yeah. They're little chalkboards. You can get 20 of them for, I don't know, like $8 or something. Of course, I showed you the one I screwed up. But, I did a little line down the back of each. So there's one full and then one, All right, so instead of everybody like, all right, what did you get? Okay, let me get it here. You guys are gonna have these in your little wooden trays. Oh, would you roll for initiative? Came with these handy dandy little chalk markers. All right, boom. I got a 2, all right. Next round, just turn it over. I got a 10. Next round, I got a 13. Just put them right out in front of you. We know who's going next. And the good news is there's like, you can get 20 of these for like, next to nothing. So each of you guys are gonna have 3 of these, so you can just split them out. And So 9 rounds will go by before you have to like just kind of wipe them off, and they're just chalk markers. So easy peasy way to do that. Bill M, $5 super. Thank you for ending. Yes. It was ending our misery too.
Bill, we appreciate the 5, but you could have done that for a penny.
Yeah. We were going to do it anyway. So anyway, yeah. So I don't know. I'm all into practical things as far as like DMing. So as you can see, you can just rub these off. I just rub that off. Guys. Pretty much just with your hand, but if you got like a paper towel. Voila.
Which we all have.
Yeah.
At our table, at our spot.
So you guys are all going to have 3 of these. So instead of like slowing the game down and going like, okay, so what did you get? What'd you get? What'd you get? And then somebody either has to put it on a whiteboard and like mix it around, or I don't know who's going next. Everybody has one of these. Boom. It's right in front of them. Everybody can see who's going next. So a little bit of, you don't get that from Jen Kretchmer. Practical advice.
Yeah,
These off of Amazon.
She gives us a Joker smile. You don't.
That's right. Yeah. Fire red hair. Do you think the carpet matches the drink?
I don't even want to know with her. Yuck.
It's a little yucky.
I'm zero attraction to her.
Yeah. Yeah, she is sort of asexual. Like on the face of it, you can. She should be.
In that one video, she truly looked like she glowed in the dark.
Yeah. Yeah, she is very
alabaster.
Yeah. I'm going to try something here real quick. Huh. Okay. Sorry, I'm just fucking around. Ooh. Follow the lady. Follow the lady. Follow the lady. Where's the lady? All right.
Boom, boom,
Little
boom.
one. You lose. All right. So let's have one last opening of the comments here. Hey, guys, you are so kind with your super chats. Thank you so much. We enjoy doing these. I enjoy doing the live plays. Like I said, if you like them, make sure you throw a like on it at least. And comments are always welcome.
Wednesdays is pretty much our night. I don't see that changing. I know that we had to do a Tuesday once.
Tuesdays kind of worked for a little bit. It'd be mostly Wednesdays. Now, as for your boy Double D, I think I'm talking with Immortal Rising. He's a comics geek guy who's got a channel. He interviews people. He said he wanted to chat with me, and I said I would love to do that.
What day is that going to be? Double D?
I think that is going to be next Thursday. I think that's what we.
Not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. Yeah, not tomorrow. Next Thursday. So look for that. I'll let you guys know in advance. We'll talk with him. I'll be on his channel actually. So we'll help give him a little love. Maybe help him sell some of his comics. He seems like a pretty decent dude. I know he's hung out here before. And then, not this coming Monday, but the one following, I believe we have it penciled in. I am going to be on with the Basic Expert. That's right.
So not this week. Next week. On Monday, you're going to be on a show.
Well, no, next week on Thursday, I'll be on Immortal Rising.
Okay.
And then the week following on Monday.
Okay.
I'll be
so
on
Wednesday
Basic
live stream. Thursday, you're on a show. And then that next Monday, you're on a show.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll be on with Basic Expert. Really cool dude. Really enjoy his stuff. I found out today he plays Bolt Action too, which is I can't wait to talk to him about that. He was going through Strategos, the original wargaming manual from the 1800s by the U.S. Army, in relation to the Secrets of Blackmore documentary, which, by the way, guys, you should watch. It is really good. And yeah, but he was talking. He's like, I don't do a lot of wargaming, but I do some. And then he mentioned Bolt Action. So keep it a secret from him. But I've got like 5 Bolt Action armies. So World War II war game, fun as hell.
Update your calendar on your channel so people can follow you around the
Yeah, I will.
Googles where you're going to be.
Yeah, well, I'll let you guys know on Twitter too.
Where to find your latest stuff.
Follow me on Twitter, guys. I'll try to always release like a community post too to promote stuff. But follow me on Twitter if you can stomach it. All right. Well, 2.5 hours is a long time.
We want to thank everyone for hanging out with us for 2.5 hours.
Absolutely. You guys are fantastic.
Got the greatest chat on YouTube.
Oh, we have a great army. Absolutely.
Yeah.
They my quarterbacks. Need my quarterbacks. I could do a little.
We're thinking of doing something. Double D and I were talking about doing something for the viewers, like a trivia, like some pop cultures. Like, where did that saying come from? That's my quarterback. Who said that? But like at the beginning of the introduction, a whole bunch of movies are mentioned. We're thinking of some stuff to do for you guys.
I think we really need to press hard on the Scott Garibay drinking.
Oh, the bingo.
Yeah, the bingo one. Take we'll make up a card. We'll have to watch some of the old videos.
100% correct, Jay Mike. 100% correct.
That's my quarterback.
That's my quarterback. Who was his quarterback there? That's part 2 of that. Who was he talking about?
Tony Romo, right?
Yeah, you're right, Double D, but that was for the viewers.
Well, we're
quiz tomorrow, everybody.
I'm sure they knew that anyway. All right. Well, guys, thank you all so much.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us tonight.
Again, I ditto.
For Rogan.
Rogan was stealing. He had zingers at the halfway point. Check them all out.
Yep. Just skip past the first 5 minutes of this live stream.
We'll edit that part out.
It's that virtual. It's that voice mod. I got to get rid of it. It always fucks everything up, no matter what. So we got Rogan in 3rd chair. Good job tonight.
Thank you.
We got this guy in 2nd chair.
Son will fail. He's everywhere. I'll make mincemeat out of you, mouse.
I'll make mincemeat out of you. Get Scott Garibay levels of angry.
Crazy mouse in the house.
Crazy mouse in the house. All right. Good job tonight, fellas. And to the chat, I love you guys. Have a great rest of the night. Enjoy the rest of your week, the weekend. There'll be no live play video this week. But I will. I got an idea for a video, so I'll look for that probably early next week. I released 2 this week, so probably next week, I would imagine. I will do that. So
you guys are the reason we do this. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, take care. Love you all. I will send you out with the outro intro as usual. And goodbye until we talk again.
Hey, man, is that Double D? Yeah, man. Well, turn it up, man.
Let's just go in and, kill all the orcs, right? They're the bad guys. Who gives a shit? We just hack and slash and we loot their dead bodies, right? Hack and slash, kill them all, conquer the infidels.
Boy, that campaign sounds like a barrel of fun, doesn't it?
Mazes and monsters is a far-out game.
Somebody who's opening a refrigerator and leaning in, right, is the language of a woman. Somebody who's opening their refrigerator and being cut off halfway through that lean is the voice of a mermaid or a siren, right?
Orcs are just evil elves, right? And they were made by an evil god.
Honestly, guys like me can't leave soon enough.
You called down the thunder, well, now you got it.
We want this dwarf to be the dwarfiest dwarf.
Right.
We want the elf to be the elfiest elf.
And just the dashiest dash of Tabasco.
Their voices need to carry across water.
I'm a creative. It's a huge drain, right? Because fans can be awful.
You're not in Transylvania anymore, Crystal. We don't talk vampire.
When you say white lives matter, they don't. White lives don't matter because white lives aren't a thing.
I disagree. I disagree, Gary.
Lutherville, Marina Del X, Otisburg. Otisburg?
Where's this monster? She's got her own place, man.
Otisburg?
It's a little bitty place.
Otisburg?
Okay, I just wipe it off. That's all. It's a little town.
We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
Great! Great sandwich!
That you, Missy?
I hate Pinkertons.
Hey there, it's your boy Double D, and I want to tell you about a great offer from our friends over at Neckbeardia. That's right. We all love James and Megan, and I am happy to say they love us too. That's why they are offering a 10% discount on everything in their store just for my audience. If you haven't done so already, check it out at the link in the description below. They work with a fantastic 3D artist to offer you miniatures with detail you have to see to believe. No need to print anything out. They will take care of that messy and smelly business on their end. All you need to do is pick out your next character or the next group of monsters your party is going to fight. They also have some pretty hilarious subclasses for you guys that are still playing 5th edition, all for less than a cup of coffee. They have adventures, Atomic Punk 2160 by the Basic Expert, t-shirts, and a lot more. Why not support people that don't hate you? Use the promo code DND10 for 10% off your order. And remember that shipping is free for orders over 50 pounds. That's just a little bit over $60 US. Visit them today and don't forget to use the promo code DND10.
What qualifies you to be a U.S. Senator? You have 60 seconds.
Hi, good night, everybody.